WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
Well, good morning. You know, I have to say, as this rainy spell is continuing, I don't know if you realize that we're in the middle of a rainy spell.
Yeah, but it's decent.
It has not been all washouts. Does that make any sense?
No, it's been almost, can I say, Florida-like, where it rains for a little bit at a time.
Yeah, and then it was all
stops.
of a sudden nice. Yeah, it rained hard yesterday. And then today will be, you know, it won't be a washout, but some thunderstorms. Tomorrow, early rain, and then it'll clear up. But then Sunday looks like, as of right now, a little on the rainy side. And cooler, by the way. Probably won't even get to 68 on Sunday.
Ugh.
Nonetheless, here we are, and good morning. It's a big weekend. There's a lot going on. You mentioned the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And, of course, they'll have rain in the morning, but they have their parade that they do through the village of Canastota. I think they might be able to pull it off.
Yeah, and a lot of boxers are obviously used to getting punches to the face and head, so a little rain will never...
That's a very good point.
won't bother them.
Additionally, you have Belmont Stakes this weekend in Saratoga. It doesn't look like that will be a complete washout. In fact, the weather right now looks like by afternoon things will clear up a bit and dry. The track probably will be a little bit on the wet side. However, I don't think it's going to be raining during the race.
There is so much going on this weekend and next weekend, and that's the thing about the summer.
Every weekend,
I love
right
the summer.
Yeah, right in through the, and then tomorrow, of course, is the world's largest yard sale.
Yes, and that's
in Herkimer County.
Well, I love summer. It's like you go to your calendar, and it's like we don't have one free weekend. We're doing something, you know, and then if you think you have a free weekend, hold tight, stay tuned, because then you load it up.
What I like about this, and you haven't learned yet, this is your problem. You need to just follow my lead.
Yeah, what's that?
It's good that there are so many things going on, because what I do is I tell everybody I went to the other event, and I just stay home. I'm so sorry. I had to be at the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's what I tell Ed Brophy. Yeah. I don't tell him that because he knows that I wasn't there. That's
right.
I figure out my story.
You tell whoever's
I tell whoever has been questioning me to go to the other event.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I was at Judica on Sunday and wasn't able to make it.
Sorry, I had a booth at the world's largest yard sale. I made $250.
I was a part of the cleanup crew. I was there until midnight. Oh my God!
Oh, am I bushed?
So you do what you got to do. That's what I say. And yesterday, we're going to talk about this a little bit. We'll actually this morning have the chief of police from Syracuse on. And this was nice yesterday. So this week, you had Mastrovito.
Yes.
Frank Mastrovito donated a dog to the sheriff's department. We're not sure how that dog will be used in service, but it will be. Then Indian Corporation donated a dog to and that dog will be named, Frank's will be named what?
Mastro. For
Mastro.
Mastrovito Hyundai. And
I like that.
Indium is actually pretty close to my dog owner's heart because even though it's spelled differently, is the same name as my dog, Indy.
Indy. So, and then there's another one, and the sheriff's department purchased this dog using drug recovery money.
Yeah,
so there's a drug arrest. The money is forfeited, and they get the money. So they use that dog, and that dog is it being donated or just being named in honor of?
It's just being named in honor
of. Now, that's going to be a drug detection dog. Am I correct?
That's going to be a bomb
detection.
And explosives.
Okay.
And I was at the press conference yesterday, and it was truly incredible to see all of Michael's family and friends, Officer Michael Jensen's family and friends. Of course, being a Rome native, his parents, Michelle and Paul, still live in Rome. And they were the ones to introduce the public to the new dog, a beautiful, I believe, Dutch Shepherd, 15 months old. And it was kind of an emotional moment where his mother, Michelle, he being Michael Jensen's mother, was talking about all the similarities and qualities to the dog and Michael. So it was a really nice moment, and there's some awesome pictures, video on our website, wibx950.com. But yes, so I spoke to the Syracuse
We'll speak with the Syracuse police chief.
He'll join us this morning.
Sheriff Mayfield as well today on this issue as well. Coming up later in the hour, Willie Waffles coming up in a little while. We'll get into the weekend. There's a Star Wars release that is coming.
Yeah, what's it called? Acolyte.
Tanya Powers, and she's going to be getting into... and I'm going to be watching this. I know it makes me seem like a geek, but it is an iconic moment that Pat Sajak is going to be doing his final show tonight.
Bye-bye, Pat. Bye-bye.
His daughter is a big part of the of Wheel of Fortune right now. Anyway, I have a feeling that when Vanna leaves, Pat Sajak's daughter will be taking over.
Oh, interesting.
I have a feeling. Anyway, we'll speak with Willie about all that stuff. Actually, Tanya will get into that as well coming up in a few minutes at 6:30. And also this morning, Sal Barbero, we're going to talk about summer baseball and some of the baseball that's been going on in the majors. I got to tell you, the Mets did not lose last night. That's big. Of course, they didn't play, but they didn't. They did not lose. But, they're taking into London this weekend a 2-game win streak. But they're playing a 3-game win streak as they swept the Nationals, and they're playing the number 1 Philadelphia Phillies, but they're playing them in London. Mm-hmm. So this changes everything. This could mean the Mets play poorly because of jet lag. It could mean the Phillies play poorly. It could mean they all play poorly. Who knows? But we'll that game I think is in the morning tomorrow. The first game is in the morning.
You'll have to watch it early.
Then midday on Sunday. What else did I want to get to today? Scott in Kirkville is going to talk about the Belmont Stakes and give you his picks. Kathy gave us hers yesterday.
Who was she picking for $6?
I forget, but it was a long shot. I've got it written down. And we mentioned the Syracuse Police Chief and Sheriff Rob Mashel and a whole bunch more. Also today. In our program, in our studio this morning, is going to make Lance real happy. Lance is going to be real happy because Davey is off. And let me see if I'm not sure if I can get a shot in there. I guess you could if you did it. Ladies and gentlemen, Davey is off today, and there we go. Megan is filling in for Davey.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's Friday and it's sunny, so nothing much to complain about.
Every day, Davey brings me something to eat. What'd you bring me?
Really? If I had known, I would have brought you something.
He actually also goes to get me
I have a ham sandwich in the fridge.
I'll take it. No, I'm kidding. Actually,
I was excited to see Megan. I was also disappointed because I needed a coffee this morning. And I was going to have Megan.
Well, Davey enjoys
usually run to daylight and gets
Davey enjoys the head out. The fact that he can go out and get it. Anyway, no, it was every once in a while his mom sends in deviled eggs, which are really good. Anyway, why is New York State recommending a slow mow?
They say it's good for pollinators. It makes lawn turf more hardy and less susceptible to weeds and drought, but they forget that participating in slow-mo gives you a code violation.
It might. Well, I don't think they're suggesting.
Why is that?
I don't. Well, if you let your lawn go, and first of all,
slow-mo as in don't mow it frequently.
I don't mean to. I do not mean to
creeping through the lawn.
This is you gotta follow this rule very carefully, and I will. I'll tell you why. Number one, slow mow means don't mow 3 times a week. And believe me, I know people that do it, especially in the springtime when the grass is growing quickly. By the time we get to late August or late July and August, it's it barely grows. But right now it grows a lot. The problem is you want to let it grow a little bit, but you don't want to let it grow too much because if it thickens too much, you end up when you do mow. It becomes too thick and hardy, and that becomes your lawn. So, but you don't want to go too quickly. So you got to find that sweet spot. I'm a big, I've studied the mowing process. And one thing I used to do poorly is I used to have the the blade was too low. And so now I have the blade at its highest, and that allows the lawn to, you're not cutting, you're not harming the grass, and it gets thicker. You get a nice thicker
But
blend.
then you would have to mow it more frequently.
Not necessarily, but yes.
See, because we
Early
have
on.
somebody who does the lawn, and I
Don't
keep
go
telling
low.
them,
Don't go low.
lower that blade.
No, do not do that.
Because it's like
It
almost
might
like I'm a
cost
conspiracy theorist. I'm like, is this guy only
No,
mowing it?
he's
so he
doing
can
it
come back
right
every week?
He's doing it correctly. Megan, would you agree with that? Oh,
You guys,
there.
oh,
Yeah.
hello. You guys assume that I mow the lawn.
You don't have any
I
idea.
sit on the porch with a lemonade and I watch.
All
Yeah.
right. Actually, there's a vision going through my mind, and I don't know. He has 70 shorts on. I don't.
Hey, they're making a comeback. It could happen this
They
summer.
are. It could. It could. Anyway, don't go too low as well.
How low
Andrew,
can you go?
He's doing the right thing.
All right.
And
That's
it
why
might,
he's the
it might
professional.
cost you 1 or 2 additional mows all season long. He is doing the correct thing.
I guess he is slow mowing because he only comes once a week. So
Let's see. Talking about the bomb dog. After the Boston Marathon bombings, I asked the police officer, "Are these bomb dogs or biting dogs?" He said, "Always assume they're biting dogs."
Yeah.
That's a good point. And yes, we must make sure we leave our lawns nice and high, so we have a good breeding ground for the ticks. That's another thing. You don't want to go too high because that will attract the ticks. There's no doubt about it. Anything else you want to highlight today? We have Willie coming up in a few minutes. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's Tanya J. Power standing by right now. Tanya, good morning.
Good morning.
Tanya, would you like to buy a vowel?
Well,
I'm looking to sell a few.
Tanya, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
This year, because of everything going on, my wife started, and I started kind of being, all right, let's sit down. Because I always watch the news, the nightly news. And then I'm like, well, let's see what's this Wheel of Fortune. It's his last few shows, right? They're winding down. So tonight's the night. We've been watching, and tonight's the night.
Yeah, this is the end of an era. I mean, he's been there for 41 years, 43 seasons. I mean, it's more than 8,000 episodes. It's just
Wow.
It's really kind of hard to get your head around. If you think about it, like I said, it's been 4 decades or so since he took over as host of this show. Just to take you back for a minute, if you can't remember where we were as a country 40 years ago, it was 1981 when he took over.
Wow, it was that long ago.
Yes, Ronald Reagan was inaugurated that year. Prince Charles announced his engagement to Lady Diana Spencer. A big one for radio stations. The U.S. Federal Communications Commission allows stations to air as many advertisements an hour as they wish.
Well, that is so. I mean, people don't remember the regulations that we used to have. And really, Ronald Reagan was the deregulation president when it came to radio, and which is really the creation of AM talk radio today.
Yeah.
Sorry to go off meandering, but
No, you're not wrong. Those are just kind of some of the things that were going on in the early part of 1981. There have been a whole Thanks for the Memories themed shows this week. I'm sure you've been watching those. The fact that he announced his retirement a year ago, I completely had forgotten that he had, and then this week it was like, oh, it's his last week. I was like, wait, what? No.
I didn't realize it was this week either. I thought they'd go all summer long, but apparently
You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah,
I know exactly. I mean, and Vanna's going to stay on, so at least we've got some consistency there. We won't have like total withdrawal of both of them. She's going to be there at least I think until 2025, 26 season. Ryan Seacrest, who has got to be cloned by now. I don't know how he does all these jobs that he does, but he apparently is also going to be host of Wheel now. He's going to take over Pat Sajak's role.
I've already heard a leaked intro. This is Wheel of Fortune.
That was nice.
That
Andrew.
sounds right. That
Yeah.
sounds right.
That's
Yeah.
his whole
I gotta
American
tell you,
Idol thing, right?
Everybody always looks at me as I'm the one. I'm the one that's always negative about stuff. But last night, my wife was like, "Okay, just letting you know, Friday will be my last Wheel of Fortune. I can't stomach Ryan Seacrest."
They have to be paying
That's
him
my
a lot of
wife.
money.
That's my wife saying that.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's you know what it is? There's an oversaturation, but he's almost like becoming, he's trying to follow in Dick Clark's footsteps and then some. I don't know. What I mean, I know you don't like to be critical, Tanya. You're very good at that. But I mean, deep down, even you, it's like a little,
won't tell anyone.
sour stomach over this Ryan Seacrest thing.
Yeah, we won't tell anyone.
What do
Go
you
ahead.
think?
I mean, if this is what you want to do and this is where your career path is going, then
Yeah.
by all means, go out and do your thing.
Get that
Get your
money.
stuff.
I think you're right. You're right.
If that's what you want to do. That being said, yeah, there may be some people who are just like, okay, I really don't want to go through the changeover with this. I think I'm good now. I think I'm good with it. I'm still mourning the days. Who remembers when you could buy things on Wheel of Fortune?
I was talking about this yesterday, and I almost.
Okay.
I'm so glad you remember because I was beginning to question my memory here.
Yes, people were totally gaslighting me, going, "No, you couldn't do that." I'm like, "Yes, there was the Dalmatian. There was the Dalmatian at the very front, the big ceramic Dalmatian thing that nobody ever wanted to buy." I mean,
That's true.
the Dalmatian.
That poor Dalmatian.
And nothing, and no hatred for Dalmatians. I'm just, why would you want this giant Dalmatian in your house?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that used to be a thing. I remember when they could go for like little shopping sprees and buy, the couch or the whatever. And I kind of miss those days.
And then the announcer would come in and say, "That's right, you've got a brand new Bassett fluffy couch. It's a beauty. Look at the velour." It was that type of and okay, I'll take this. And Chuck Woolery was the host, I think, wasn't he?
Oh, I don't know. That's
I think
a good
he
question.
was. Yeah.
Well, John in Deerfield had commented in saying that he had the Wheel of Fortune Nintendo,
Yeah, that's
which
cool.
lets you also pick your fake prizes based on the fake money you
So
won.
it's an old Nintendo game, and on the game you got to after you won, you picked your fake prizes.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I feel better now because at least we've got like digital proof that we are not dreaming this collectively.
There is digital proof, and but you're right. This is an end of an era. I do have to say it's very hard to replace someone, and I do feel like putting Ken Jennings in and the other woman there. I thought she was good too. I can never remember her name.
Maya Bialik.
Yeah. But because the two of them were unlikely hosts, they weren't polished hosts of old. I thought it was an easier transition. And then to Ken Jennings, it kind of works because he's kind of nerdy and he was a great player on the show. But this, you're going with polish here. And I wonder how it works. You never know. I mean, Pat Sajak himself knows. You stay in your lane, right? Because when you start to think you're something big and you go off and do a late night talk show and it bombs, which he did, you realize I'm going to stick with Wheel of Fortune. So interesting stuff.
It'll be interesting to see how it translates and how the viewers take the change and all that.
Yeah. One more I would ask you: is Pat Sajak just going away, or will he do something else?
He did an interview with his daughter, who was also expected to be like a fill-in sometimes, but maybe for Vanna. And she's kind of been like in the periphery around the show for quite some time. And he did an interview and he said that, he was going to, it's a wonderful ride. Basically, he said that, like I said, his daughter Maggie, who's 28, will reportedly fill in for Vanna. And he goes, Vanna actually said, I think she's a good replacement if I can't be there for some reason. So she's kind of got the stamp of approval.
Okay.
Pat was telling his daughter, that he's, kind of been wistful about the whole thing. He said that he's just basically going to continue with his crossword puzzles and play. And this was the interview with his daughter. He said, and play with grandchildren. Hint, hint, hint. No pressure.
Wow. Okay. All right.
So,
interesting.
He's just kind of gonna take it easy for a while.
Okay, interesting stuff, Tanya. We appreciate the update. I'm glad that I could confirm for you, and you could confirm for me that our members weren't screwed up. They really did pick their prizes at the end. So
I really appreciate this. You have no idea how much.
good stuff. Enjoy the weekend. Thank you.
Thanks. You
All
too.
right. Tanya J. Powers from Fox News Radio. Mike says, although I am not a big Wheel of Fortune fan, my wife and I, it was pretty emotional last night. With Vanna did quite a farewell to Pat Sajak last night. I didn't see last night's, so. But it is, and it really is that. And Megan, you can attest to this, I believe. It's kind of the last of, okay, so you have your nightly news at 6:30 every night. You have your local news at 6. Those are regularities. And then Wheel of Fortune at 7 and Jeopardy at 7:30. It's just, no matter what market you go to around the country, it is a thing. And we've lost a lot of those things over the last 10 or 15 years, right?
It feels like an end of an era because Pat Sajak was the last bastion of those, The Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, all of those shows because Drew Carey took over. Then we had Ken Jennings take over, and now we have Pat Sajak saying goodbye. So it's a completely new era.
Yeah, and what was the guy? Who was the old guy on Price is Right?
Bob Barker.
Bob Barker.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a big. Although I guess he does a good job. I think.
Drew Carey?
Drew Carey does.
That
a
man
good
can walk
job,
on water, and I'll still worship him.
Yeah, you like him. Okay. All right.
And Bob Barker only passed away in August of last year.
Yeah, he had a good retirement. So.
Yeah.
All right, and then I have one more comment here this morning. Nothing can beat the old show Queen for a Day, where these 3 old women would tell a long story of woe, and the winner would get something like a new clothes washer or dryer or something like that. I don't remember that show.
Misogyny.
That's awesome, though. And we're giving you
Here's a vacuum cleaner.
Calgon. It'll take you away. Congratulations. Yeah, the days of old. Pretty wild. Hold tight. But again, this appointment TV thing this is the last of it. And other than sports, other than live sports, appointment TV, this is it. Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. And now the 2 legendary hosts will be gone. Let me break. Coming up, we'll talk to Willie Waffle. And he'll get into the whole weekend. We'll talk a little bit about this, too. It's worth talking about. And what do you want to watch? What do you want to stream this weekend? You want to actually go physically to the movies? We'll speak with Willie on all of that, including Star Wars. There's new Star Wars out. We'll explain coming up.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Hi, this is Rob Hilton of Hilton Estate and Elder Law with important information that you should know regarding your estate planning. Specifically, you should have prepared what is known as the Big Three. Basic estate planning is comprised of the 3 main documents that you need. First is the will, next is the healthcare proxy, and last is the power of attorney. What most people don't know is how important of the 3 the power of attorney really is, because New York State has no simple method for you to act on another's behalf if they become incapacitated. I am often asked, what is probate and why is it needed? Probate is the act of administering the will through the New York State court system. It requires a filing fee and other actions to be taken as well as a petition to be filed. It is time-consuming and can be expensive. It can be avoided by using a living trust. To find out more about strategies to protect your loved ones through proper estate planning, contact us at Hilton Estate and Elder Law. Call for more information and to schedule an in-person meeting to answer your questions.
Hilton, you know the name, they know the law. Hilton Estate and Elder Law.
This is Bill Cole from Gates Cole Insurance. Finding insurance coverage can be an overwhelming undertaking. As your local independent insurance company, we work hard for you to get the best coverage.
My name is Timothy Dean. I'm from Tabor, New York. I have Dean's Concessions. I travel throughout New York State. I have been a customer for over 20 years, personal, with Gates Cole. And ever since I've started my business for the last 18 years have been solely with Gates Cole Insurance. As I have to call them from time to time to get certificates, and they take in within 15, 20 minutes. We have a certificate. Gates Cole has exceptional customer service. They're there for you, and I have referred people to Gates Cole, and those people that have transferred over to Gates Cole have been very happy with their services.
This is Tom Cole. For insurance for your home, auto, business, and just about everything else, trust your local independent insurance agency. Gates Cole Insurance will take care of you.
This station is brought to you by Tallman's Tire, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
I've started clearing my throat to the beat, and I'm way off. Not even close.
Not even close.
It's going on in Herkimer County. Tomorrow, the world's largest garage sale, world's largest yard sale. But there are some indoor things tomorrow as well, if you're interested. And I got to tell you something. The fact that it's going to rain earlier in the day
is better.
Is good. You know what that means? You'll go through a little misery, but you get better deals. That's how I see it.
Good point.
You might be a little wet, but you get better deals. That's tomorrow. Starts at 8 a.m. Dollarville Violet Festival is this weekend. Princess and Little Mr. Pageant is Friday, along with the biggest little parade in the area. It takes place tomorrow at 10 a.m. Kids Fun Run is on Sunday. Over 75 vendors, 80 organizations, 10,000 people expected to show up in Dollarville. Herkimer County Senior Picnic will take place on June 12th at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. Coffee and donuts at 10 a.m. Town of German Flats hosting a car and truck show with Brooks Chicken Barbecue on, I believe it's tomorrow. It is tomorrow, 11 until 4. I'm just here to tell you, if you're looking for something to do, head east.
Oh, yeah.
Herkimer County, it's where it's going on. It's happening in Herkimer County is what I'm trying to say. Let me go to Willie Waffle, standing by on the line right now. Willie, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Well, good morning on this historic Friday, massive Friday.
I know it is. I got to tell you.
End of an era.
I think I've become old because I watch these two programs at night.
Watch it.
And I'm like, did you see what I just did tonight? I solved all the puzzles. All of them.
I did so good.
Here's the thing. Pat Sajak already has another job lined up.
Wait, what?
Yes, Pat Sajak has another job lined up. So, he's retiring tonight from Wheel of Fortune. It'll be his last Wheel of Fortune ever. And he's already signed on to appear on the stage in Hawaii next year in a play. He's going to be in a play called Prescription Murder. And the play is the play that actually created the Columbo detective character and led to the TV series. So he's going to be doing that next summer, July 31st through August 10th in Hawaii. He will be in the play.
I wonder if he goes with a different hairstyle. You know, that's fake hair. It is, right? He's completely bald, I think, isn't he?
Is he? No, he's not.
I don't know. I saw a clip. I think so.
I know that there was a joke one time where he took a toupee off, but it wasn't clear if it was a joke or if it's his real hair. I don't think any of us know.
He's got the best hair money can buy.
I'll tell you something. Here's how that works. It was a joke, and it's a reverse psychology joke. So you do it because everybody's like, oh, that's so fake. That's so cool. He's not really bald. Yes, he is.
So when they did the bald cap, you think?
I wore one of those hairpieces once for about 3 months, right up until it terribly ripped right off the front of my scalp during my wedding event, our honeymoon cruise. The wind got under it, Willie. Oof. It was not good. Practically lifted me right off my feet.
You almost went into the water.
So I spent there's a long story about it. I won't even get into it. But you can tell in the front. And you can totally, and Andrew, you're right. He has the best. These people are, let's stop the show. It looks like something's lifting in the front. Let's get out there and
bring the powder and a pat.
Let's fix his hair. So he's got hair fixers, every single day. So, yeah. But it is an end of an era. I'm sorry we're getting sidetracked on his hair, but it is the end of an era. How do you feel about it, Willie?
Well, I mean, the guy was on television for 41 years. I mean, that's essentially my life, and Wheel of Fortune. I agree with you. Wheel of Fortune is like this gathering place every night for families. It's a gathering place for friends. I mean, a lot of people just, this is part of their nightly routine that they let Pat Sajak and Vanna White join them in their house as they play this game. And, I'm very curious to see if Ryan Seacrest, as the new host this fall, will be accepted. Will people hold on to the habit of tuning into Wheel of Fortune every night, or will this start to kind of be the end of Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see how it plays out.
I agree.
Because I think people really love Pat Sajak that watch the show religiously, just like they love Vanna White because they watch the show religiously.
Has Jeopardy's ratings? It has to have taken a
I'm
hit.
going to tell you something. I'm going to predict here, and I don't know the answer to this, and then, Willie, you tell us. But I think Ken Jennings has been a very good transition because he's lesser than. He's not overshadowing. He's by no means...
And not trying to, right.
Trying to and won't and is respectful. And I'll bet you Jeopardy has held on to its numbers. What happened, Willie?
I'd have to take a look. I think that they've been steady. I think we would have heard a lot about the numbers cratering if they had been cratering. And I think you're right. I think Ken Jennings was I think he was welcomed by the hardcore fans. The people that are really, really into Jeopardy.
Oh my God,
they
it's Ken.
view him as one of their own. They view him as one of their champions and one of their own. But I kind of liked Mia Bialik.
I liked her too.
She was fun as a host, and I think she got a raw deal. To be honest with you,
I think she did too. Just like that, while we were talking about it, just like that kid on American Idol, that was the partner of Ryan Seacrest. Remember him?
Yeah. He got one or two seasons, and he's gone forever.
Gone. All of a sudden, Ryan Seacrest is the main host. Here's the thing where I'm going to tell you right now where I think this is not going to work with Ryan Seacrest. Pat Sajak is, again, Pat Sajak's almost like this. When you watch him, his demeanor is almost like this is stupid. But I do it. He underplays everything. And he comes in, the humor is, it's not, whereas I think Ryan Seacrest is going to try to be bigger than life. And I don't think that'll work. We'll see. I could be wrong.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm just kind of tired of Ryan Seacrest getting every job. I mean, I think that at some point, aren't we kind of tired of Ryan Seacrest?
I completely agree. Yeah. I completely agree. I think I guess we're going to find out. That's the end. What is this Star Wars thing that's coming out?
Yeah, so this is a new Disney Plus series. It is the biggest premiere in 2024 for any Disney Plus series with 4.8 million viewers in one day. It is called Star Wars: The Acolyte, and it is a story that's set about 100 years before the Star Wars movies, okay? When the Jedis are ruling over peace and the Republic is wonderful, and there's this young former Jedi trainee played by Amandla Stenberg who's accused of murdering one of the Jedi Knights and is accused of going around and committing other crimes. And her old Jedi master decides to get involved and to investigate. And as we get deeper into the mystery, it's becoming now less about did she do it. We get a good feel for that, and we get a good feel for what's really going on. But what happened in this young lady's life? What is this great tragedy that seems to have been covered up years earlier that someone is trying to get revenge for? So it makes Star Wars into kind of a mystery, and they're doing the mystery with still all the stuff, still with all the Jedi and all the lightsabers and all the costumes and the blasters, and they do it in the Star Wars style with those transitions from scene to scene. And I think I'm just waiting. I mean, because here's the deal. We all know the ultimate payoff is people are messing around with the dark side, right? Like anybody who's ever watched Star Wars figured that out in the first 5 minutes of the show, okay? Because they're making clear references to it. They're making clear hints that this is what's going on, and this is kind of the start of the downfall of the Jedi Knights. But I think that it lacks some dynamic presence on the screen. I mean, I think that the characters are fine, but I'm waiting to find that character that really sticks out, that draws us in, that makes us want to watch the show every week. I feel like there's just not that dynamic personality or that dynamic star right now. So I'm at like 2.5 waffles. I think it's solid.
Okay. Megan, does Tony have a question for Willie, or is he just waiting to talk about something else?
He's waiting to talk about things that are going on in the Mohawk Valley.
All right, he's going to have to go. It'll be after news. Just let him know. I'm sorry, Willie. I'm just doing some. Davey is off, and we're all getting acclimated. My question for you: has Disney just oversaturated Star Wars?
Well, I'm worried about that, and Marvel, of all people, is starting to pick up on the fact that they've oversaturated, and they are now making more of they're trying to make more of an attempt to say, listen, we want you to watch every TV show, we want you to watch every movie, but you're not going to have to. I think that a lot of the fight back against Marvel was that I don't want to feel like I have to watch every single show that you put on Disney Plus because it's going to lead up to the movie that I want to go see. And somehow I'm missing out if I don't watch every little intricate nuance.
Right.
And they're starting to say, listen, we're going to have some standalone things that you can enjoy. They're not going to lead to any other movie. They're not going to, be important to the overall plot, but we hope you'll enjoy them. And I think Star Wars, Star Wars hasn't quite incorporated that storytelling the way the Marvel has. But I'm with you. I mean, when you have a new Star Wars series, it seems like every quarter. At what point are we just have we had enough? And not everything can be the Mandalorian. And I think that's the other problem. You got to choose your quality over your quantity. And if I was making a decision, I would say the Acolyte does not live up to other Star Wars series like Andor and the Mandalorian. Is it really worth it?
There is something to be said for we go to the movies. Not that this is a movie, but it's streaming. But we go to the movies to escape. I feel like I will walk into a movie theater, sit down, and somehow I lose myself in the movie. If you have to take a test and study every time before you go to a movie, it's just not worth it. And I found that that's what Star Wars has become. My kids are like, oh, no, you don't understand. So-and-so did this and that. And then this is actually, in retrospect, this goes way back. I mean, by the time I'm done, I'm like, you know what? Too much work. I'm going to watch Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well,
right.
And that's kind of, I think, the challenge. Like at some level, you want to feed your hardcore fans, and you want to keep them going. But do you lose the casual fan by over-serving your hardcore fans?
That's a good point. All right, quickly, Bad Boys, Ride or Die in theaters. My wife said the other day she's okay with going to a movie in a theater again, but unfortunately, there are none that she's interested in. So I have a feeling the tradition continues into this weekend. What do you think?
Well, wouldn't it be funny enough that Bad Boys, the last Bad Boys movie, was really the last big movie before COVID hit. if you remember, back in 2020.
Yep.
And so, here they are coming back, and it's exactly what you're going to expect it to be, right?
Yeah.
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are going to be crazy, Martin Lawrence is going to be crazy and outrageous and goofy and silly, and Will Smith is going to try to be the cool action star. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not ruining the movie. Everybody's talking about it. Will Smith gets slapped in the movie.
I was just going to say that's going to happen. Willie, I have 10 seconds. What do you give? What do you give this? Is it worth it?
I'll go 2.5 waffles. It's passable.
All right.
Nice.
It's
So
okay.
some decent
All right,
movies on
fair
the way.
enough. Willie, you have a wonderful weekend. We'll speak next week. Thank you, man.
All right. Talk to you
All
next
right,
week.
thanks so much. Willie Waffle. And news, folks, is coming up next.
From the Stanley Theater Studios, WIBX Utica, Rome,
W295EI,
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Giving Ukraine more weapons and ammo. I'm Dave Anthony. Fox News, a $225 million U.S. military aid package to battle Russia. President Biden now meeting with Ukraine's leader Volodymyr Zelensky in Paris, France. The president confirmed to ABC News he's letting Ukraine use American weapons inside Russia.
They're authorized to be used in proximity to the border. We're not authorizing strikes 200 miles into Russia. We're not authorizing strikes on Moscow, on the Kremlin.
Later this morning, the president will make a speech touting democracy and freedom. Former President Trump critical of the new Biden border executive order to limit asylum claims to deal with record illegal immigration.
So he's getting killed in the polls. People say that, look, this is really bad what's happening on the border. So they come up with something that's fake.
That was in Phoenix. He also calls the criminal case fake. He was convicted in New York last week of. There are new Fox polls just out taken after he was found guilty.
And the numbers don't look good for President Biden. Take Virginia, for instance. It's not typically considered a battleground state, yet the president and former President Trump are in a dead heat there with 48% each. In Florida, Trump leads Biden 50 to 46%. In Nevada, President Biden is behind former President Trump 45 to 50%. And in Arizona, Trump once again is ahead of the president, 51 to 46%.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. At Hunter Biden's trial, prosecutors may wrap their case today as they charge the president's son with illegally buying a gun. Hallie Biden, the sister-in-law, testified about his drug use.
Hallie later admitted she did not see Hunter physically do drugs from when he returned to Delaware in early October 2018 through the time she discarded the pistol. That testimony is crucial for the defense, who has argued Hunter was abusing alcohol, not drugs, at the time of the gun purchase. But text messages the day after the sale show Hunter admitting he was waiting on a, quote, dealer named Mookie.
That's David Spun. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
Hey, did you know that one of the largest U.S. flags in the state of Georgia stands proudly in Pure Talk's parking lot? Now, to honor that flag, Pure Talk is supporting America's Warrior Partnership. Now, they have a mission to prevent veteran suicide. Now, you can help this great cause simply by making the switch to Pure Talk before Flag Day. Get America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250. Say the keyword SAVE NOW for superior cell phone service, half the price of Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and you get the help a vet in need.
Israel's prime minister is coming back to America as the U.S. keeps urging Benjamin Netanyahu to agree to a ceasefire with Hamas in Gaza. Netanyahu will address a joint meeting of Congress July 24th. Boeing's CEO also has a date in Congress, June 18, testifying after a series of incidents put Boeing manufacturing under scrutiny, including the door plug blowout on an Alaska Airlines flight in January.
Among the issues the company faces, a whistleblower alleges an engineer for the company put excessive stress on the planes and reduced their lifespans, which Boeing says is inaccurate. The Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations Chairman Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut says Dave Calhoun's testimony is an important step in, quote, addressing Boeing's failures, regaining public trust, and restoring the company's central role in the American economy and national defense. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
We'll get the monthly jobs report next hour, expected to show a slight increase in hiring last month from April. The unemployment rate expected to remain 3.9%. Ahead of that report, stock futures on Wall Street mixed, like yesterday when the Dow gained 78 points, but the NASDAQ dropped 14, down from its record high. In the NBA, the finals start with a blowout in Boston.
Brown, three-pointer, puts it in! Jaylen Brown at both ends of the floor, and the lead back up to 22.
On ABC, Celtics led Dallas by 29 points in the first half. They beat the Mavericks by 18 in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, 107-89. Jaylen Brown scored 22 points to lead 6 scorers in double figures for the Celtics. Kristaps Porzingis, who had missed 10 straight games with a strained calf, returned to the court, came off the bench and scored 20 points for Boston, which will host Game 2 Sunday night. 3 wins away from a record 18th NBA title.
Fox's Jared Max. Oklahoma won the Women's Softball College World Series, a record 4th straight year, beating Texas. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 7:05. I'm Andrew Dominio. Right now we have sunny skies, 60 degrees, working our way up to just about 70 today. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Riscony Falls for all your mobile home needs. It's worth the trip. Go to johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more information. Closing arguments are going to be heard today in the murder trial of Daveri Griswold. Prosecutors claim he was one of the 3 people who had a role in the shooting death of 11-year-old Brexley Torres Ortiz in Syracuse last January. Yesterday, the jury listened to testimony from the man who was the target of that gunfire. Once closing arguments wrap up, deliberations will begin. Griswold is facing 50 years to life in prison if convicted. Some of the biggest names in the history of the Squared Circle will be honored for their achievements this weekend. The International Boxing Hall of Fame will induct its newest members Sunday at Turning Stone Resort Casino in Verona. The class of 2024 includes Michael Moorer, Ricky Hatton, Diego Corrales, and Ivan Calderon. The Hall of Fame itself is located in Canastota and is celebrating its 35th anniversary this year. State Attorney General Letitia James is issuing a consumer alert involving romance scams. The AG says such scams where fraudsters use dating apps, social media, and text messages are on the rise. She says these scams involve gaining the victim's trust by spending a lot of time with them virtually before eventually taking their money and cutting ties. The Attorney General warns not to give money to people you don't know and haven't vetted. Another airline is offering service out of Syracuse Hancock International Airport. Sun Country Airlines offers people the chance to head directly to Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport, which is located in Minnesota. Flights are available on Thursdays and Sundays and can be booked through Labor Day. To purchase tickets and to check out the schedule, visit suncountry.com.
I do not mean to interrupt your newscast, however. I simply, now, I'm not doing this with disrespect at all. I'm simply asking a question. What am I missing? Why?
Why only Syracuse to Minneapolis?
Why Minneapolis? I don't. Is there something like I'm going to tell you when they say there's a, for instance, what's the Breeze Airlines?
Yeah, you go right to Florida.
You go to Florida, straight to Florida, or to Vegas. You can do those two, and they fly. It all makes sense to me, right? It makes complete sense. St. Paul, Minneapolis.
Wah, wah.
Why? I don't know why. Is there something going on there that all of a sudden is maybe someone can call in and explain this to me. Megan, do you have any idea why? What is going on in St. Paul, Minneapolis that
an airline would invest?
That an airline is saying, okay, guess what? Big news. We're flying direct to St. Paul twice a week.
I guess there's a lot of people here who want to go to St. Paul.
Yeah. Must be in Syracuse or something.
So. Unless there's a big Vikings fan contingency or
that would be
Twins fans.
Only in the fall, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't understand. Maybe somebody can explain. 315-736-0186. I hope I did not interrupt your news.
You did, but it was appropriate. You interrupted.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway.
Well, that'll be your go ahead.
And a member of the Grammy Award-winning rap group Outkast is coming to the New York State Fair this year.
That's cool.
Rapper Big Boy will be on the Suburban Park stage Friday, August 30th at 8 p.m. Outkast has sold millions of albums and is best known for smash hits like Hey Ya and Miss Jackson.
Hey Ya.
Hey Ya. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Right.
So far, a total of 39 acts are set to be a part of the 2024 fair, which runs August 21st through September 2nd.
All right.
It is 7:09. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Adirondack Home Furniture. Well, for today, we can expect some rain early on, but then it improves. We'll see sunshine today. Temperatures only in the lower 70s. But for tomorrow, overnight first, we'll see a chance of rain and thunderstorms, cloudy with a low in the low 50s. Then rain possible tomorrow. Then clouds become sunny. Cloudy skies become sunny with a high in the low 70s. So overall, looking like a pretty decent weekend. Right now, we're at 60 degrees under sunny skies at 7:10. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43 local contractors. Well, another win for the New York Yankees. They got it done. They extended their winning streak to 8 games after topping the Minnesota Twins 8-5 in their series finale from the Bronx, sweeping them. There was a bit of a rain delay last night, but ultimately the game resumed and the Yankees win. They're now leading the Major League Baseball. They're now leading Major League Baseball with a record of 45-19, but that's because the Phillies have not played the Mets yet. Not saying that the Phillies will match that yet again because we're hoping the Mets win, but right now the Yankees are leading 45-19 is their record. They'll host the Dodgers for a 3-game set. This is going to be a marquee matchup that begins tonight at Yankee Stadium. The Mets are across the pond for a 2-game set against a division rival. New York will be looking to extend the winning streak to 4 games when it takes on Philadelphia tomorrow at London Stadium in the UK. Left-hander Sean Manaea is expected to make his 12th start of the season. He enters 3-2 with a 3.63 ERA and 57 strikeouts over 57 innings. The Mets are tied for 3rd now in the NL East, making on progress there, Bill. Moving on up. They're 3rd now, tied at 27-35.
We'll only know what's going on after this weekend. You've got 2 games that they need to, at the very least, split, but they really need to continue the streak and take 2 games from the Phillies. Yep. And then they got to come home with jet lag and start all over again. I think they play Miami next.
Well, that will be an opportunity to make up some ground.
It would be.
Miami
it would be.
Is,
yes, it would
boy.
be. All right. I know anything else you want to add?
Quickly, the NBA Finals are underway, and the Boston Celtics crushed the Dallas Mavericks in Game 1, 107-89 from the TD Garden. And Utah's NHL, the last hurdle in the race for Lord Stanley's Cup takes place this weekend. The Panthers face off against the Oilers in Game 1 of the best of 7 final series from Sunrise Saturday night.
And I believe Belmont Stakes runs tomorrow at like 6:40, something like that, from Saratoga. Tony has been waiting here. Tony, good morning. You're on the radio.
Good morning, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, this is Star Wars Tony.
Star Wars Tony, yes.
Well, you were talking about Star Wars. I said, oh, what the heck, let's do it.
Well, nice.
I'm glad you did.
You've got that right down. I think you've got this is Obi-Wan Kenobi, right?
If I could find an audition to do cartoon voices and shit.
Okay, well, we can't use the S word on the radio.
Maybe you forgot, Tony. You're
That's
on the
okay.
radio.
That's all right.
If I could find some cartoon voice, auditions and stuff, it would be great.
There you go. There you go.
And without Davey here, the delay is not set up, by the way. So,
well, I thought Megan did enter.
It didn't look like it was.
Right.
Maybe
All
it
right.
was.
So what I'm calling about is I obviously talked to him before. His name is Mike Bova, Utica comedian.
Yes.
He's trying to do some shows and stuff like that. He's actually got a song on YouTube, if you want to look it up. It's called Superhero.
Okay.
It's a song about the military, basically. It's a really heartfelt song. It would really be a good plug to put on the air.
Okay.
Really, it sounds really, really good. Anyways, he's trying to find some shows, and he wants me to become basically his agent.
Oh.
Well, you're doing a good job so far.
Well, I've been trying to, plug stuff to, like, other radio stations. And, you know, I'm calling around clubs and bars and, you know, places like the Capitol Theater in Rome, but you got to pay to play over there, I guess.
Well,
and certain, you know,
they're a
certain
venue. They're a venue. Yeah.
And
All right.
They got to guarantee they're going to make money, you know.
Well, listen, Tony, our comedy club, Fat Cats Comedy Club, is not open this season, and there's nothing I can.
Well, you should do something more at the Stanley. Talk to Linda at the Stanley. I don't know her last name, but get show set up there. Maybe wouldn't that be better? No.
That's a possibility. There are a lot of possibilities.
And if you bring in bigger comedians,
you know, I have just decided, Tony, I'm going to make you my agent. I'm based on this conversation. I am like,
no one fights harder than Tony.
Let's do it.
I've got nothing better to do to sit here and make phone calls day and night, pretty much. I mean, I'm calling San Francisco. I'm calling Vegas. I'm calling all over the place because I know certain people in certain promotions.
You've been around.
Well,
You've been around.
If you call 100 people,
Rhode Island for
Rhode
sure.
Island,
I mean, goodness, I know the whole state of Rhode Island.
Federal Hill. I mean, where else are you going to eat, right?
Well, if you call 100 people, odds are you maybe get one or two, you know.
Listen, I do have to roll, Anthony, but let me tell you this.
I got 2 plugs for you, quick.
Oh.
Okay? This weekend, Taste of Syracuse. Tomorrow night is Hanson.
Oh, they're playing tomorrow night, huh? I don't think I'm going to go.
Next Thursday, if you like the rock group Dokken,
Yeah.
they're playing the Live at 5 in Albany, New York.
Okay.
Next Thursday, June 13th.
What did Hanson do? They didn't do. They did a bop. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you,
That's a good
Tony.
rendition.
Thank you, Tony, my new agent. Thank you so much.
Say goodbye. Superhero
I will look it up.
by Mike Bova. It's a good song.
I'll check it out. All right.
All
Thank
right,
you.
buddy.
Thanks so much. Here is Michelle and Marcy, and why flights are going to St. Paul.
Oh,
Good morning, Michelle.
We have the best audience, I'll tell you.
Good morning.
I'm dying to know why.
I think a lot of people need to get to Minneapolis, St. Paul, because they have to go to Rochester, Minnesota, to the Mayo Clinic. And it's very difficult to get from here to there.
So this is one of these, the Mayo
Like
Clinic, of
for
course,
healthcare,
for very serious
Cancer
health
and
issues.
Other issues. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I know quite a few people who fly out there, and it's always
Hard to get there.
so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that is very interesting. I knew there had to be some reason why they would only do it if they felt like they had the market for it. But very interesting. Okay, Michelle, you set us straight. Thank you so much.
I hope I did anyway.
You did. I think you did. You did a great
Well,
job.
you can do that on other topics anytime. 315-736-0186. Okay?
Thank you. Okay,
Thank
Michelle,
you.
have a great weekend. Thank you. By the way, the Mayo Clinic, unbelievable and wonderful when it comes to, if you feel like you need to get out of town, you have a complicated disease of some sort, cancer, of course. Mayo Clinic is amazing. Mike and Skyler on Willie Waffle. Hey, Mike, what do you have?
Hey, I tried to squeeze this in, and it's amazing the last thing he said before when you were talking about the bad boys, Will Smith. And remember he said, oh, yeah, Will Smith will get slapped.
Yeah,
And do you remember who he slapped?
Chris
Who
Rock.
He slapped?
Well,
and
Chris
guess
Rock.
What's coming out? And guess what's coming out? Lethal Weapon 5.
Oh.
And if you remember, Chris Rock was in and he's going to be in the new one.
He is.
Oh, yeah, he was
in the new one.
He was marrying Danny Glover's daughter, yeah.
That's right. Did you see the preview? The trailer's already up there.
I've not seen
Lethal
that.
Weapon
Well,
5.
is
Mel Gibson in it?
Awesome.
That is a movie.
Mel Gibson, Danny Glover,
Wow.
Renee Russo. Renee Russo, the one that was his wife.
Gang's back together.
You gotta see it on YouTube. And and it's ironic because the last thing he said was, "Oh yeah, Will Smith gets slapped, and Chris Rock's going to be in Lethal Weapon 5."
That's cool. And that will be one that people will go to the theaters to see. I think.
Absolutely, because there's a little trailer, so
Yeah.
you got to see
Yeah.
it, and then,
All
then
right.
ask him next week about it.
All right, cool. We'll be on it. Thank you, Mike. You have a wonderful
welcome.
weekend.
You too.
All right, thanks so much. I do have to break. Coming up, we have a bunch to do. Sal is going to talk a little baseball umpire. Sal is an umpire. We are going to get an update on Manaski's full season of umping.
Full review.
Very excited. Hobaika's free money question of the day. We'll get to that coming up in a few. And NCAA players getting paid. It's happening, folks. We'll talk about that, too, coming up. Hold tight. It is a Friday morning.
If spring allergies keep you trapped inside, then you need Navage Nasal Care to keep you breathing clearly and enjoying all the beauties of spring. Navage helps clear nasal passages that are often clogged because of seasonal allergies. Navage gently flushes a pure, refreshing saline solution through your nasal passages to clear out congestion, sucking out that springtime pollen and other irritants trapped in your nose. Navage is available online at Navage.com or in stores at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, Navage.
Why do we say we bring the fun to your backyard? Because at Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas, that's exactly what we aim to do. And a fiberglass pool can bring years and years of backyard fun. A fiberglass pool from Tucker Backyard is more affordable now than ever. Plus, with durability, low maintenance, and of course, beauty, it's the perfect fit for your backyard. Come visit our unique indoor showroom, including 3 fully functional pools, giving you a full hands-on experience. Or try our new interactive showroom and design the pool or spa of your dreams. Interact, design, review, and save. With Tucker Backyard service and knowledge, now is the time to stop by and learn more about putting the pool of your dreams in your backyard. Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas, 8086 Seneca Turnpike, 1 mile west of Big Apple Plaza. Online at tuckerbackyard.com. Visit Tucker Backyard Pools and Spas, Seneca Turnpike. We bring the fun to your backyard.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top quality tires at unbeatable prices. At Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, we believe that safety and savings go hand in hand. That's why we offer the best prices up front on top brands including Summit, Nokian, Bridgestone, and more. With Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, you'll drive away with peace of mind and money in your pocket. Locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
This station is brought to you by Tallman's Tire, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
If you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music,
This is Mommy's jam.
then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Replacing your roof isn't a decision you take lightly. You want industry standards met with affordable options and a crew who knows how important a sound roof is to you and your family. That is Padula & Sons Roofing is your hometown roofers with deep roots in our community. Padula Roofers specialize in residential roofing projects. They're a GAF certified master elite roofing contractor who keeps their standards above the rest. Call 315-733-1564 to find out more about their roofs for troops mail-in rebate. That is Padula & Sons Roofing, your hometown roofers.
It's Carl's Wholesale Furniture Warehouse's ultimate summer sell-off. Carl's is going to make a whole lot of inventory disappear. Closeouts, one-of-a-kinds, damaged and discontinued items, overstocks, all at one-time ultimate price cuts up to 65% off. Nothing's held back. Pick up in-store or arrange fast delivery. Plus, no credit needed financing. Carl's is serious about savings. If you need new furniture, a new mattress, don't miss the ultimate summer sell-off. Going on now at Carl's Wholesale Furniture Warehouse.
Just admit it, you love yard sales. Only one thing beats driving around looking for them. That's going to the world's largest yard sale. Good news for you, it's back and bigger than ever before. The world's largest yard sale is coming to Herkimer County Fairgrounds on Saturday, June 8th. You'll find treasures and deals of a lifetime. Find things for your house, your car, your pet, and most importantly, find things for you. There will be great food and music and hundreds of vendors with tons of treasures. Don't miss out on the world's largest yard sale, all happening on Saturday, June 8th at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds. The world's largest yard sale is brought to you by the Potting Shed Antiques and sponsored by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories, Oneida Herkimer Solid Waste Authority, Clinton Tractor and Implement Co., and Standard Heating, Cooling, and Insulating. The first 500 people through the gate will receive a reusable tote bag from OHSWA to put their goodies in. To get more information, click the Events tab on this station's website.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
I have this coming up. Remember last week we had the story of the guy who had a suspended license and he had to zoom into court because he couldn't make it in. Yes. And he was driving, and the judge is like, wait a minute, you're driving? And the guy's like, oh, yeah, I'm just parking right now. I'm going to work. He came out last week to say they got it wrong. I had a conditional suspension. I was allowed to drive to work. Now he appeared, there's a third part to this story. He appeared in court on Wednesday, and there is another turn. As it turns out, the guy with the suspended license never, ever had a driver's license in the first place. Here's the judge explaining everything.
He has never had a Michigan license, ever, and has never had a license in the other 49 states and commonwealths. The way I know that he's never had a license, May 3rd, 1999, he applied for his first Michigan ID. You cannot have both. You either have an ID or you have a license. He has religiously every year gotten a new ID. And so he knows that he doesn't have a license. I just wish he would have said that at the beginning. And all of this hoopla could have been just put all aside.
It amazes me that this story has become a national story. I love it. Never, ever had a driver's license in the first place. Crazy. I don't know if you've been following this at all, but I want to get into it because it is about to change the world that we know today. Brent Chapman is an NCAA expert, and he's the CEO of My NIL Pay. And right now, we're talking about paying NCAA athletes. I mean, this is going to change the game of college sports altogether,
and
I think.
Brent has an avenue to do it. It's almost like the Venmo of paying athletes.
Yeah. What are you thinking here, Brent? Good morning. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. And, guys, you are right. Things are definitely changing. But they've been changing, or they've kind of been like this. The problem is it's like below the surface, and it kind of comes up to the surface, and now it's like completely out in the open, right?
Mm.
So these athletes with this settlement now, it's a $2.8 billion settlement, and basically now what it does is it allows the schools to be able to pay the athletes. Sponsors, like corporate sponsors and boosters and donors, have been able to pay the athletes for the past 3 years, but no school money, all the endowment money or all the money they get from TV deals, they haven't been able to pay the players using that. Now they can.
And that's on top of the money they're paying in giving them a scholarship to
to
go to the university.
Right. Going there for free.
If you count that.
right. So it sounds
there's
like
limitations on that, but anyways.
Yeah. It sounds like you're all for paying these athletes.
The reason why I jumped into this space is, and thanks for bringing up My NIL Pay, is it's about democratizing NIL. So we actually allow all 500,000 student athletes to get paid, whether you're a women's soccer player or a men's volleyball player or whatever sport you play, D1 to D3, you can get compensated through our app. And like you guys said, it is Venmo of NIL essentially, right?
So would the schools pay through your app? Is that what you're proposing?
That is something that could definitely be something down the road, but right now they won't have to because they'll be able. That's the other part of the argument is, are they now employees of the university?
Right. Sal,
so this is sorted out.
So I'm sorry. This is actually, in reading this, and forgive me if I missed this, but it's a first of its kind app that allows a fan. So like if I'm a Syracuse fan, I can donate to like my favorite basketball or football player.
If you're watching a game or your friend, somebody goes to church with plays and you just want to support them, you can send them $20, $50. Oh, great shot! Here's $100.
Yeah, go celebrate it. Go celebrate it.
Great shot! I just won $1,000. Here's $100 for you.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
In fact, why not? If you won $1,000 on that shot, why not share it with them? That's not illegal. That's completely.
Wow.
That makes sense to me.
College sports Wild West is what we're talking about.
Sal, you have a question. You don't have a question?
Oh, okay.
Are you sure you want me to give you one to ask him?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
But he pointed to his mic. I didn't know if he wanted to talk. So.
I do have to say, I just want you to know, Brent, I am uncomfortable with this. And I don't know what the answer is, but I mean, I guess I'd say I understand that fans would be able to pay, but my question for you, and I'm not trying to blow a hole into your idea here.
Because I love it. It's a great idea, honestly.
But is it? I mean, how I can see some fans getting some money in there, but how many people are really going to give? Just be, here's $20. I mean,
well, I think
it's hard to get them to spend money on GoFundMe causes these days.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it could be
a little.
Explain how do you justify my complaint, Brent?
Yeah, I think that it just depends on, especially, guys, I'm down in Dallas, Texas, right? And so down here, like these A&M and Tech and these guys, they're crazy for these universities. So, so they support, and so that is, you have that at Ohio State, you have that at these schools, right? So that's number one. Number two, what we're finding is, if you look at NIL in general, about 92% of dollars go to men athletes, right? We're getting about 50, it's about 50-50. And we're finding that it's really like boosters and donors or kind of like that fan. They're giving $5,000, $2,000, $3,000 to women's volleyball players, softball players. It's a way for them to get money into these sort of women's sports or the Olympic sports type situation.
I kind of like the idea if your app did this. It'd be like, all right, I can now connect with, I don't know, Buddy Boeheim when he was playing for Syracuse. These guys have lost their fourth game in a row. They just keep popping the ball up. And I say to Buddy Boeheim through the app, I'll bet you $150 you can't make this shot from center court. And boom, he misses it, and I get $150.
Yeah, I don't know if it works that way.
Or if he makes the shot, I got to pay him the $150. And Syracuse
they might
wins.
have a problem with that.
You're probably right.
Well, and the interesting part about it is too, and this is where it could kind of be a little bit of a slippery slope is, you've got somebody that's thinking about going into the transfer portal, and you have, let's say they're playing, with regard to football, they're in Georgia and they're thinking about going to Alabama. I don't know. And you've got a Georgia fan that's like, here's $25,000, stay on the team. And then somebody from Alabama says, I'm going to send you $50,000, come to Alabama.
My God, what are we getting ourselves into?
That's a scary thing.
Yeah. All right, Brent, your app is up. Is it up, or is this just being tested at this point?
No, it is. It's live. No, we've been going for a year now, helping out student athletes. Appreciate you guys having me on.
We can give to a student athlete through your app right now.
Correct.
Wow.
Yep.
The app is My NIL Pay, and I'm assuming Google Play and the App Store?
That's correct, guys.
Okay.
I do have one.
Have a great
one.
one.
Hold on. We have one quick
Brent,
question.
we got a question here. Hold on.
So I don't really follow a lot the NIL, but is it just for certain sports in college?
It looks like you're doing D1, D2, and 3. So
Anything.
It's everybody.
Any sport.
Is that true?
So it's any sport.
Is that true, Brent?
Paid. I'm saying athletes getting paid.
Brent hung up on us, so
I'm
he's
saying
got
athletes
another
getting
call
paid.
coming. I think this is now that he's gone, I can say I think it's the dumbest idea I've ever seen.
I agree.
It's stupid.
I wonder how much money he's made on this, though. You might be surprised.
He's out hawking it this morning. Not much. I just don't. Have you ever heard of it?
Well,
No.
think about this. All 1,000 plus schools and 450,000 NCAA athletes are preloaded in the app, providing an opportunity for athletes at all levels, D1, 2, and 3.
I'm not giving to these guys. Some of these kids are already making a ton of money.
Yeah, but you
Some
think
come
about
from
it.
wealthy families to begin with, and they're loaded. Others are poor. All right, so maybe I want to give to a poor student, but no, I'm going to give to my poor kids who have to go to college. And oh, by the way, I think that he had to have a NIL parents app for the money parents pay to send these kids off to school. I mean, come on.
The issue is, like Brent said, and this is true, it is a different world when you talk about SEC, the South, football,
I understand, but right
Arkansas
now,
Razorbacks and all that.
Right now, what they're talking about is everybody gets paid, and it's an equal amount of money. And I just think, I don't know where we're going with this. It makes me very nervous. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
And
it's going to be the
is-
universities that can pay can do it. and
It
then
is
the
odd.
ones that can't won't.
It is odd to turn on TV and see an SU basketball player doing a Nye commercial.
Yeah.
Right? That's pretty odd to see. That is already groundbreaking. This, you listen, I'll eat crow when this thing becomes a huge deal. When this guy's app becomes a big deal, I don't see it.
It's a very
All right.
niche app.
Megan, we're giving away Davey. When Davey left yesterday, he said one thing to me, $200. So 200 is on the line today.
We're going to let you decide, though. You can veto Davey if you want.
Did you want to veto him?
I actually did tell him that I had an idea in mind. And with the Belmont Stakes, let's give some people some betting money. I said $500.
You want to go with $500?
I want people to like me, Bill.
Yeah.
Well, everybody but Habaika.
Everybody but Hobaika. Yeah, that's exactly right.
I'll win them over.
Okay, so you're
All
saying
right.
this morning's question is worth
$500.
$500. Okay.
Make it good, Bill.
Make it good. All right, here we go. Let's make it caller number 15 then. If
You
they're
got
playing for $500. Caller number 15. Hobaika, by the way, just called. There's been a fender bender right near his car. He ran into somebody.
He crashed into a pole.
He needs help.
We have some pretty good comments.
Hold on. I got to take
wanna
a break
wait?
here.
Okay.
Caller 15 right now. Your chance to win $500.
$500.
Then we'll talk to Sal coming up in a second. Stand by. It's a very exciting Friday morning all of a sudden at WIBX.
For a lasting impression, trust the quality and craftsmanship of Humphrey Memorials. They're experienced in all facets of memorial design, sales of monuments and mausoleums, on-site cemetery lettering, cleaning and restoration, and specialty services like etched glassware, mirrors, and landscape products. Humphrey Memorials of Herkimer has been making a lasting impression in central New York since 1946. They also handle commercial construction projects as well. Find out more at humphrey.memorials.com. or call 866-4471.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE. Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
Discover the hidden treasures at the Potting Shed Antiques Grand Estate Sale. Join us at 179 Main Street in Whitesboro on June 13th, 14th, and 15th. Explore 8,700 square feet packed with antique furniture, modern pieces, stunning artwork, massive train sets, slot machines, pinball machines, fine china, tools, and so much more. Don't miss out on these incredible finds. Visit the Potting Shed Antiques website for all the details. The Potting Shed Antiques Estate Sale, June 13th, 14th, and 15th. See you there.
Replacing your roof isn't a decision you take lightly. You want industry standards met with affordable options and a crew who knows how important a sound roof is to you and your family. Dennis Padula & Sons Roofing is your hometown roofers with deep roots in our community. Padula Roofers specialize in residential roofing projects. They're a GAF certified master elite roofing contractor who keeps their standards above the rest. Call 315-733-1564 to find out more about their Roofs for Troops mail-in rebate. Dennis Padula & Sons Roofing, your hometown roofers.
What's your design inspiration? A picture on the wall? A photo from a magazine? A board you've made on Pinterest? Hi, this is Kira Meelan from Meelan's Carpet One. It's amazing what some of our customers bring to us for inspiration, and we love working side by side with them to help turn their flooring dream into a reality. It's actually one of my favorite parts of the job, helping you to discover your perfect flooring. And there really is so much to discover. Consider the latest flooring trends as you plan your next home project. Many of our customers are surprised by the incredible new choices we have available. For example, today's snap-together waterproof luxury vinyl is incredibly popular. It's durable and it's stunning, with so many styles that replicate hardwood and beautiful stone looks. We have options that inspire, designers who will help bring it all together, and always a beautiful installation. To get the perfect flooring, start with the right flooring store. Visit Meelan's Carpet One on Commercial Drive East in Yorkville.
Thinking of a purple mattress this Memorial Day? Mattress Express has the largest selection and save up to $800 on select purple sets. Take up to 60 months to pay with no money down for qualified buyers on $1,500 or higher purchases.
There's no glory in getting beat up on the job. Aches and pains aren't trophies. They're just barriers keeping pros like you from getting work done. But Ferris commercial mowers at Clinton Tractor help you finish strong and feel good doing it. With patented suspension technology. Visit Clinton Tractor today for a test drive and feel the Ferris difference. Or go to clintontractor.net. Ferris, work hard, feel good.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TURN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TURN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TURN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
WIBX.
This is Keeler.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
And
It's
if you,
Friday.
It is Friday. And now, reading some messages. This is from Joe. Megan, you're dead to me. That's so interesting. I don't know, Megan, where that
why
came
he
from.
would say that.
I can't even believe it. Megan, you're dead to me. I don't know, Megan. I think that might have been Hobica.
Don't come crying to me if you need legal services.
Yeah, you're
You
in
win
big,
some, you lose some.
Big trouble. All right,
Roger is saying you guys just gave Hobica a stroke. It might be.
Right. He's been trying to call in, but he can't push the buttons. Okay. Who's online? Who's on the line? How do I pronounce your last name? Just talk.
Faith, it looks like Turzin.
Turzin. Okay. I'll ask her. She'll know probably. You think?
Usually it's Faith from...
Hi, Faith. Good morning. Where are you calling from?
Good morning. I'm calling from Utica.
Okay. Is
All
Turzin
You
the
did an
correct?
awesome job.
Is it
You did
the
an awesome job pronouncing that last name.
Turzin? Okay.
Oh,
She did an
nice.
awesome job picking the amount of money too, didn't she?
Yes, she did. And girlfriend needs the 500. Come on, give me an easy question.
Okay.
All right, we'll see
All
about
right.
that.
This is a question that is applicable for today, by the way. It is absolutely applicable today. And if you've been...
You're giving a lot away.
If you've
for
been,
$500.
if you've been there, you will absolutely know this. Okay?
Oh, I think I know the answer now.
All right. Here we go. You'll have 7 seconds to answer. Are you ready, Faith?
I'm ready.
And I want you to know, we all have faith in you. For $500.
Oh, boy.
For $500.
Can we get a drum roll?
Thank you.
Sorry, that's the best I could do. Here we go. Here's your question. Make sure this is on. Okay, here we go. For $500 of Hobica's dollars, driving him off the road right now as we speak, Cafe du Monde is famous for this. Ready, go.
Throw a guess.
Cannoli.
Did you say cannoli?
Yes.
No, that's a very good guess.
Oh, the fingers were quick on that one.
All right, let me ask Megan. Megan, Cafe du Monde is famous for this.
I think I know one.
Beignets?
Beignets, yeah. That's exactly right. She'd have gotten the $500.
Wow.
I win $500.
No, you don't.
Yeah, no.
Dang it.
You're an employee of this station.
Here, when you're the employee and you get it right, you pay $500. This is awesome,
So,
Andrew.
Bill, splitting at $250.
You guys are going to the Belmont Stakes. Congrats.
Faith, we are going to give you our throwback T-shirt, which is really cool. Plus a gift card, the Food and Fun card. It's $25 gift card. Stand by, and Megan is going to take care of you, though. But that was a good guess. I mean, you were Italian.
Yeah, because we're from Utica. Cafe Du Monde is in Utica, correct?
No, Cafe Du Monde is in New Orleans. New Orleans. And it is that's why I said if you've been to New Orleans, you know this automatically. They wait in line for these. They're like donuts. They are powdered, like powdered sugar on, and they're so unbelievable. All right,
a fried dough, yeah.
Yeah, it is exactly that.
Yummy.
Yep, you're absolutely.
Well, tell Mike that he could be revived. He gets
Okay.
to keep his 500.
Okay, he gets to keep his 5. Stand by. Megan's going to hook you up there. And I have Sal looking at me like, what the hell kind of question was that? Cafe do what? What? What's
I don't even know what that is either. So.
7:40 in the morning, and you're asking a tough question like that this
of course.
early
For $500.
But you know what? Let me tell you, if I asked my wife that question, she'd have known it immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she would have won $500.
Let's listen. Megan's just talking to me.
In the world of Megan.
We're listening. What's coming?
She's being friendly. Telling her where she went wrong.
Beignet, by the way, is the proper pronunciation. Not beignet, beignet. Yeah. But she was right.
Hey, it's summer fun, and you also get a vintage WIDX.
I think a biker just got back on the road.
I think he did. Yeah. That's so freaking fun.
His rhythm has been restored.
Well, Joe, all has been but I'm going to tell you, though, that was not no one can criticize, except for Lance and Lee, because he criticizes me all the time. No one can criticize that. That's a tough question for $500, but it is totally doable.
Yep.
I guarantee you, there are people in their cars yelling out beignet. I guarantee you.
They were screaming it.
And there are other people yelling back, Ben what?
Ben huh?
Yeah. Anyway.
So a couple quick comments before we get to sale. Steve C. in Rome. It's too bad that Fat Cats isn't open anymore. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, man.
John in Deerfield. What if somebody wanted to give player X from an opposing team money to not play well? Isn't this opening the door for corruption?
I think this, Sal, this app stuff, this paying stuff is...
I agree.
We are opening a very difficult can of worms.
I agree with Bill.
Yeah, I don't know.
Roger saying, when's Megan going to let you guys decorate the studio a bit?
I don't know.
And
she's going to do right after we win $500.
We got some comments from Wayne we have to catch up on. Pat Sajak, is a cornball stick in the mud? A hologram could replace him.
Wayne, I often agree with you. I don't agree. I will miss him.
He also says women will get paid less than men, and sounds like a way someone will scam some way.
Mike says, regarding paying NCAA players between that and the transfer portal, it's a reason why Saban left college football, and I'll bet why Hurley's thinking about going to the Lakers. It's going to cause coach burnout. This is going to blow everything up. Everything
it already
up.
is. Saban retired because of it.
I'm going to tell you right now, do you realize Syracuse football could be competitive this year? And there are new predictions out saying they will be in the top. I think they had them in the top 7 of the ACC, Syracuse football. You know, how is that possible?
Usually at the bottom.
How is it possible? Well, they're bringing.
They brought
in
over
some
a
players.
coach from Georgia.
Yep,
they got the quarterback from Ohio State. They're gonna.
Donna. I knew that one. I'd have won $500.
Ed Welsh. I should have called in. Looks like Ed just sent Ed Welsh, our friend, sent a picture. Looks like he's at Cafe Du Monde.
He is. There he is.
He said I should have called in. How you doing, Ed?
Listen, my wife and I, it wasn't much longer after our trip to New Orleans that we got married. So it's a very special place.
That's nice
for the for her, and I have been yelled at every day since.
There you go.
That I don't know. It just gave her the confidence to be like, I'm going to tell you what to do for the rest of your life. And here I am. Okay, Sal Barbero and any others you want to squeeze in?
Really quickly, Donna Delano saying Mike Bova is legit.
Too legit to quit.
Yeah,
I would
exactly.
say.
John from Bridgewater. If I said coffee, would that be right?
That would not be right.
That's a beverage, and the other is a dessert. Okay,
Sal Barbero is in the studio right now. Sal, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Thanks for sitting in, and I want to just ask you assessment on our man, Mr. Manaski, as an umpire.
Give him a grade.
I called Jeff on my way here, and of course, he didn't answer. That's typical Manaski.
Yeah.
No, pretty good so far. We worked beginning of the season. I haven't worked with him in probably the last 4 or 5 weeks, but he is on my schedule coming up.
I'm going to tell you right
soon.
now, I think the two of you definitely, and Manaski, if Manaski would have, and I he's going to regret this for the rest of his life because he went into radio, but if he would have gone to umpire school out of high school or out of college,
could have done it. Could have done it majors.
I think Jeff has could have the right material. He could have been.
He's got the presence.
He could have been Angel Hernandez. I mean, he could have been.
Well, he already is.
He already is.
Go watch some of his games. I love you, Jeff.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
The reality is, it's funny. Umpires, if you know you start in the New York Penn League just like Major League Baseball players do, and you work your way up. Some don't make it. Most don't make it.
A lot don't make it.
Yeah, most.
What is the trajectory like? I mean, is it just is there like a scout that has to look at you? Do you apply? Like, how does that actually work?
No, actually, I watched a video a couple of years ago on YouTube. So
it's a tough. I mean,
I can't think of what's his name. Jesus.
Being in the Penn League.
Hunter Wendelstedt.
Okay.
He's one of the best umpires in Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
He runs a school down in Florida. The school is for umpires.
So you almost apply to the school?
Yeah, you go, you pay, so it's a lot of money.
But you got to work your way up.
Oh yeah, it's like a boot camp. They go 6 days a week, 10-hour days.
Wow.
For rules and mechanics. They got to beat a bed at a certain time. They got to make their beds. They get up a certain time, eat breakfast. It's a long haul. Long story short, there was probably a couple hundred people in this class.
Wow.
Only one made it.
Only one made it.
That goes to show you how hard it is.
That's making it to
Single A.
Double A. You're in the.
Then you got to fight your way into the trenches there.
Single A baseball minor league baseball has come a long way. It's moved to more larger cities, but it has come a long way. By the way, I'm just getting some feedback here. John in Bridgewater, that might have been a correct answer. Cafe Du Monde is also famous for their coffee. In fact, you can buy it in stores. Coffee might have been an answer. We may have had to give up $500.
We may have brought it to the Supreme Court.
So give him $250. Give him half.
He wasn't playing, but
give him half and half coffee.
I like it. Or a toy Yoda. Yeah, that's right.
Oh God, we need a drum roll bad.
So yeah, it's
hard to get there.
It's hard to get there.
Yeah.
And in that video I watched, like a lot of guys who are in single A, double A, triple A, they end up quitting after so many years because they know they're not going to make it to the majors, and it's just too much traveling. Single, double A, and triple A.
You're going to the worst cities, and you're just.
Well, that's the thing I was thinking about too. Like just like a baseball player, and a lot of these major league players. I mean, what's the league minimum now? I mean, they're making at least $1 million. Most of these guys.
Who's that?
Major, like the actual players, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to think about it's a lot of money if you're an umpire, like you said, $500,000-$600,000.
Yeah, your veterans.
But I got to imagine their families are like, oh, here's baseball season. We're not going to see our father.
Yeah, just like a player, right?
Yeah, you're gone with, and you're making garbage money in single A. It'll get a little better in double A. By the time you get to triple A, you're making something. But your whole goal at that point is. The next step, I'm there.
So
that's not easy either.
The umpire in the Yankee game last night, it was either last night or the night before. His name is Chris Siegel. He was at the clinic I went to in Binghamton in 2015. He was a AAA umpire. So now he's in the majors.
Yeah. Okay. Summer ball coming up.
Yeah. Summer ball just started this past Tuesday.
So that includes American Legion, travel ball, all
Little
that
League.
stuff. Babe Ruth.
Yeah, well, Little League started in April, so their playoffs and then their All-Star playoffs will be coming up in June and July. Legion ball just started this past Tuesday, Junior Legion, Senior Legion, and they got a Prep Legion. Prep Legion started last year. They only had 4 teams. Now they're up to 10 teams this year.
Wow, what a jump.
So, yeah, there's a lot of summer ball.
That's got to be refreshing that there's this renewed interest in baseball.
Well, the problem is Little League is taking a hit because of it. So many of these kids are going off and playing
something different,
playing travel ball. It just seems to be you're traveling. You may go out and spend a weekend and do double headers on Saturday and Sunday out in Albany or in Pennsylvania. There's a cool to it.
There was a guy,
and almost a feel that you're among the elite.
There was a guy in TikTok video a couple of days ago I watched, and he was slamming travel ball.
Yeah,
he said it's just ruining
arms,
ruining Little League,
ruining Little League too. I also think it's ruining arms because some are not as these kids. Here's the problem with a lot of these teams is in order to win, you've got one really good pitcher,
and the coach doesn't care about
because if that one pitcher, you're in a tournament now, so you're acting as if you're in the World Series where, hey, listen, it's do or die here, so we're gonna bring him in anyway. And you got a kid pitching, 3 out of 4 games, over a weekend. I know they have rules where it's supposed to stop all of that, but I don't know.
Let's give a shout out to Oriskany and Little Falls. They play in 2 more hours.
Really?
Down in Binghamton. Yeah, they're in the States.
Oh, okay, right.
Little Falls and who did I say?
Oriskany.
I think Little Falls, the last time they won the state championship was like 1983.
They went to the Final Four last year and they lost. Yeah, and Oriskany's there again.
Yeah.
So
2 very good high school baseball teams. Really cool. All right, anything else you want to hit on?
Yes. 2 things really quick.
Sal's also security at the odds, so don't go messing around.
Don't screw around.
Did you guys know that Murnane Field is putting a turf baseball field in?
Get out.
We heard that somewhere. I think maybe when Dave Short and Paul Buckley. I don't know. I heard this recently.
Probably the beginning, maybe as early as fall.
How do you feel about that? Because that is a really nice playing surface today.
Yeah, it is. But the reason, and I think more schools are going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it for cancellations. You don't get games canceled on turf.
You're right. However, you get more injuries, or do you?
Yeah, I've had several games on turf. You slide. You can go from.
Yeah, it's different.
You can go pretty far when you slide on turf.
All right.
But think about it. There's no maintenance on those fields.
I know.
None whatsoever.
Until
don't
you have to
do
replace
the lines.
Turf. Yeah.
Don't have to cut the grass. None of that stuff.
That's really interesting.
No gas for the mower.
So that'll come by the end of the year.
Yeah, I talked to Paceni a couple weeks ago. We had the DWI Classic up in Hamilton College.
It was Paceni. He said they're making upgrades. I don't know if he mentioned the turf.
And listen, out of nowhere, I just said, because they wanted to take a picture of me and my partner with the sheriffs and him. We said, yeah, no problem. So I said, hey, what do you think? Got $2-3 million for turf at Murnane? I was just totally breaking his chops.
Wow.
He goes, yeah, it's a done deal. I said, what? Say that again?
Sal can get it done, people.
I go, say that. He goes, yeah, it's a done deal. He goes, we'll probably start sometime in the fall.
That's unbelievable.
So,
well, you know what that means too is you can play later in the season.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the muddiness.
Have you guys have you guys been up to Hamilton College? Their turf field?
I've not seen their baseball field.
Unreal.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the softball field's right next to the baseball field. They got turf too.
Okay, your last point on your note card.
No, that's about it.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah,
okay.
He's got it done.
All right.
You're out.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff, Sal. We appreciate it.
Jeff Manansky, pick up your phone. Answer your phone.
Sal is trying to reach you.
The memories. Okay, thank you, Sal.
Thanks, guys.
I do want to, Andrew, if you don't mind, I'm going to tell you about Daylight Donuts.
Delicious.
You know what? We got to talk to Daylight. They got to start doing those beignets. Ooh, they are so
Chuck
good.
would do it. He'd be open to it.
Little sugar and then powdered sugar on there. It's all good stuff. Very delicious. And then there's the matcha latte, green tea latte. This thing has been hot all the beginning of the summer here, even though we're not even into summer yet. It is incredibly delicious. You got to check it out, along with 13 or 14 other flavors of lattes. And, of course, their breakfast sandwiches and those donuts made fresh every day at Daylight Donuts. Those glazed donuts, when they come off the rack, will just melt in your mouth. They are unbelievable, and the drive-thru is fast. It's Daylight Donuts in the village of New Hartford.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top quality tires at unbeatable prices. At Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, we believe that safety and savings go hand in hand. That's why we offer the best prices up front on top brands including Summit, Nokian, Bridgestone, and more. With Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, you'll drive away with peace of mind and money in your pocket. Locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
We're here for you when that tree falls on your garage.
Uh-oh.
Or when that small roof leak turns into something bigger.
Uh-oh.
For all the uh-ohs in life, call the Frigo Agency. Life is complicated and everyone's needs are different. When you sit down with the Frigo Agency, you're dealing with local people who understand your needs. So for all of life's uh-ohs, you need the Frigo Agency on Clinton Road in New Hartford. Get started today at uticarominsurance.com.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE, Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome.
W295EI.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
A promise from president to president. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
I assure you, the United States is going to stand with you.
President Biden said that to Ukraine's leader as the two meet now in France as the U.S. provides another $225 million military aid package. The president apologizing for a delay in approval in Congress. Volodymyr Zelensky says that support helping fend off Russia's invasion is vital.
Like it was during World War II, how the United States helped to save human lives, to save Europe.
In a few hours, we'll hear again from the president. Normandy, France, touting democracy and freedom. Fox's Peter Ducey's there.
This might be the most breathtaking backdrop for any presidential speech since Ronald Reagan used it 40 years ago. The lectern with the presidential seal is sitting atop a German bunker that is on top of a 100-foot cliff that Army Rangers on this day 80 years ago took.
Next month, Israel's prime minister will deliver a speech to a joint meeting of Congress July 24th as the U.S. keeps urging Benjamin Netanyahu to agree to a ceasefire with Hamas in Gaza. At Hunter Biden's trial, the prosecution may wrap up its case today, charging the president's son with illegally buying a gun in 2018 while an illegal drug user.
The prosecution only has 2 more witnesses before the defense takes over this case, so it's possible we could have a verdict by early next week.
Fox's David Spun outside the court in Wilmington, Delaware.
James Biden, the president's brother, also known as Jim Biden, Hunter's uncle, who did some business deals with Hunter. He is expected at some point to be called as a defense witness.
An American soldier also on trial in Russia.
U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Gordon Black is accused of stealing money from his Russian girlfriend. The 34-year-old was on leave but not authorized to travel to Russia. The alleged victim, Alexandra Vaschuk, told reporters Black became aggressive and stole money during a simple domestic dispute.
Jonathan Savage, America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
Hey, did you know that one of the largest U.S. flags in the state of Georgia stands proudly in Pure Talk's parking lot? Now, to honor that flag, Pure Talk is supporting America's Warrior Partnership. Now, they have a mission to prevent veteran suicide. Now, you can help this great cause simply by making the switch to Pure Talk before Flag Day. Get America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250. Say the keyword SAVE NOW for superior cell phone service, half the price of Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and you get the help of vet in need.
Former President Trump campaigned in Phoenix, railing against President Biden's border executive order that aims to limit asylum claims.
It's really pro-illegal immigration. It's great for illegal immigration. It doesn't do anything. It makes it worse than what you have right now.
He also again called the legal cases against him fake, a week after being convicted in New York. New Fox polls right after that give the former president 5-point leads over President Biden in Arizona and Nevada, a 4-point edge in Florida.
Anywhere from 34 to 37% of voters in each of these states said the former president's recent conviction matters somewhat or a great deal to their vote. And among those voters, more than 2/3 said they would vote for President Biden. And while it's not considered a swing state, as the president won it by 10 points in 2020, the two candidates are tied 48% each in Virginia. Jessica Rosenthal, Fox News.
Later this hour, we'll get a key economic report for the Federal Reserve as it waits to cut interest rates.
Economists are expecting that employers added 185,000 new jobs last month after a much smaller than expected gain of 175,000 in April, which was the lowest amount since October. Still, it was a healthy figure by historic standards, but a slowdown from the post-pandemic job boom. The unemployment rate is forecast to remain at 3.9%, close to 50-year lows, signaling that while the job market is slowing, companies are still avoiding mass layoffs. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
The report could affect the stock market. For now, futures up a little bit the day after the NASDAQ dropped slightly off its record high, but the Dow gained 78 points. The NBA Finals begin with a Boston blowout.
Brown goes inside. Oh, what a slam from Jaylen Brown.
He scored 22 points as the Celtics coasted to an easy Game 1 win on ABC, beating the Dallas Mavericks 107-89. They'll play again Sunday night. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. Right now, 64 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Oriskany Falls. For all your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Go to johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more information. The murder trial will continue today for the man accused of shooting and killing an 11-year-old girl, Rexalee Torres Ortiz. The trial yesterday saw closing arguments going to be heard today. The trial yesterday heard testimony from the man who the gunfire was originally intended for. Once closing arguments wrap up, deliberations will begin. Griswold is facing 50 years to life in prison if convicted. Some of the biggest names in the history of the Squared Circle will be honored for their achievements this weekend. The International Boxing Hall of Fame will be inducting its newest members on Sunday at the Turning Stone Resort Casino in Verona. The class of 2024 includes Michael Moore, Ricky Hatton, Diego Corrales, and Ivan Calderon. Excuse me. The Hall of Fame itself is located in Canastota and is celebrating its 35th anniversary year. Another airline is offering service out of Syracuse Hancock International Airport. Sun Country Airlines is offering people the chance to head directly to Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport, which is located in Minnesota. Flights are available on Thursdays and Sundays and can be booked through Labor Day. To purchase tickets and check out the schedule, go to suncountry.com. State Attorney General Letitia James is issuing a consumer alert involving romance scams. The AG says such scams where fraudsters use dating apps, social media, and text messages are on the rise. She says these scams involve gaining the victim's trust by spending a lot of time with them virtually before eventually asking for money and then cutting ties. The Attorney General warns not to give money to people you don't know and haven't vetted. World War II U.S. Navy veteran has passed. A World War II U.S. veteran has died after suffering a medical emergency on his way to the D-Day anniversary event in Normandy. 102-year-old Robert L. Perskiddy from Rochester, New York, was airlifted from the ship he was on to a hospital in Germany. He was involved in an Allied operation in Japan. The veteran organization Honor Flight confirmed his death on social media, saying he served his country bravely without hesitation. And former disgraced New York Representative George Santos wants permission to visit the Monroe County, Pennsylvania area. While facing federal wire fraud and money laundering charges, his default travel options are limited to New York City, Long Island, and D.C., with approval of other locations possible with advance notice. In court, it's been revealed that he would like to visit Tobyhanna, which is about 6 miles away from Mount Pocono, on a weekly basis without making the required requests. Granting his wish would require a modification of his bail conditions. It is 8:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net.
Here's the latest from the WYBS Weather Center today. Thunderstorms likely with a high of 70. Tonight, showers expected, low 54. Tomorrow, showers in the morning, then clearing skies in the afternoon. High 68. Sunday, occasional showers, high 66. I'm Mike Johnson for WYBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Right now, 64 degrees under partly cloudy skies. It is 8:09. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43 local contractors. The Giants will be donning a new look when they open the season. They'll wear their century red uniforms for their 100th season opener against the Vikings at home on September 8th. The uniform harkens back to the earliest days of the franchise and features tan pants, red socks with blue and white stripes, red jerseys accented with blue, and an iconic winged helmet that honors the 1938 champions. The Jets took care of a transaction on Thursday. Gang Green released edge rusher Tyreek Johnson. He originally joined the team as an undrafted free agent in May out of South Carolina. He appeared in 26 games over 6 seasons and totaled 29 tackles, 5.5 tackles for loss, and 3.5 sacks. Johnson was waived with a failure to disclose physical condition designation. The nature and severity of the injury is currently unknown. The Yankees extended their winning streak to 8 games after topping the Minnesota Twins 8-5 in their series finale from the Bronx, sweeping them out of New York. Luke Weaver earned the victory after pitching an inning and a third of scoreless relief. Trent Grisham led the way at the plate after going 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer and 3 RBIs. New York leads the AL East at 45-19 and will host the Dodgers for a marquee matchup 3-game set that begins tonight at Yankee Stadium. And the Mets will have a London series where they will play 2 games against the Philadelphia Phillies. That game tomorrow, you said, in the morning, right, Bill? They've moved into third place in the NL East at 27-35. The Celtics also opening up the NBA Finals with a victory over the Dallas Mavericks, a commanding one. They defeated them 107-89, and we have the Stanley Cup Finals that will kick off tomorrow night in Florida as the Florida Panthers will host the Edmonton Oilers. I want to tell you that ReviveUtica.com, Sal Barbero was just mentioning to me that he's got bad plantar fasciitis pain. I said, you got to check out Revive Soft Wave Therapy on Genesee Street in Utica. It's an FDA-cleared, non-invasive, and drug-free treatment for chronic pain, inflammation, and all joint issues. Plantar fasciitis would fall under that category. You may have neck, back, knee, wrist, arthritis, neuropathy, shoulder pain, or like me, foot and ankle pain. Well, give them a try. If you mention the Keeler Show, they'll give you a sweet discount, part of Discovery Days. That first treatment or that first visit will get you a consultation with one of their doctors, a soft wave therapy treatment, and they'll put you on a treatment and recovery plan. We also mentioned the Mayo Clinic earlier. Maybe that's the reason people are flying to Minneapolis, St. Paul. The Mayo Clinic actually uses this technology, the soft wave technology, at their hospital. So if you want to get more information, you can check out ReviveUtica.com. You can look into the research. You can check out the benefits of SoftWave, even book an appointment on their website. Also check out their videos and testimonials. 315-725-8427. 315-725-8427. Let the healing begin with Revive Softwave Therapy with Dr. Tim Domenico and his team. ReviveUtica.com.
Okay, I think I can play these. I've been trying to transfer them. I have found, and I'm working on something where I'm trying to turn voicemails into songs.
Is this an AI thing?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
But anyway, I just wanted to go through a few of my voicemails. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe. Let's see how this works. If I can get this to play properly, I'm going to try. Okay, let's see. Yeah, here we go. Hello?
Hello, is it William?
I get these all day long.
So they think they're talking to you, even though it clearly was voicemail.
Hello?
Like I'm going to pick up.
Well, your voicemail is very... It's simply wait for the beep.
It is.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, is it William?
All day.
Hello?
All
Is
day
it
long.
me you're looking for?
Listen to this, though.
Hello?
Listen to the room he's in.
I know.
They're all calling people to
there are
scam
hundreds.
them.
Check this one out, though. This is a good one.
Hello, very good day. How are you? Can you hear me? Hello?
They think they're talking to an old-fashioned answering machine.
Oh
like I'm screening my calls.
Oh, is that what they think's going on?
Well, actually, technically, the iPhone does that now.
Yes, it does.
How about this
Which I
one?
love.
There's one I'm looking for.
Hello, very good day. How are you?
Well, it's the same one. Darn it, there was one yesterday where the guy yelled at me. I'm
Why
trying
didn't
to
you
find
answer?
it. It's got to be this one. See if I can get it to play. Let's see if it'll play.
It will.
Hello, William.
This is it.
Hello, William.
Listen.
Hey, William.
Like, what in the hell is that?
William!
This is going to be a song.
Oh, that is
I mean, there's
awesome.
a song there, isn't there?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, come on.
Hey, William.
I can't even stand it.
Right?
That's awesome.
I get literally entertained by after somebody, I don't answer them. You don't want to answer them, but after they call, I'll listen to their voicemails and wow.
That has to, at the very least, has to be into a rejoin or something.
Oh, there's going to be
that.
something. I'm going to work on that over the weekend.
Love it.
There's got to be something.
William!
All right. Scott in Kirkville, stand by. He's going to give us his picks for the Belmont Stakes. And let me tell you something. This is a guy who wins money betting horses.
He's a winner.
He is a winner in many ways. We'll talk to Scott coming right up at WIBX.
We're here for you when that tree falls on your garage.
Uh-oh.
Or when that small roof leak turns into something bigger.
Uh-oh.
For all the uh-ohs in life, call the Frigo Agency. Life is complicated and everyone's needs are different. When you sit down with the Frigo Agency, you're dealing with local people who understand your needs. So for all of life's uh-ohs, you need the Frigo Agency on Clinton Road in New Hartford. Get started today at uticarominsurance.com.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Step into the magic of the 2024 Glimmer Glass Festival, where summer comes alive with the finest in opera and musical theater.
The Glimmer Glass Festival is a world-class summer celebration of the arts nestled on the banks of beautiful Otsego Lake, just minutes from Cooperstown, making it an easy day trip from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
This year's festival runs from July 22nd through August 20th and invites you to immerse yourself in myth, mystery, and adventure with productions that explore the connection between identity and illusion.
From the time timeless hilarity of Gilbert and Sullivan's The Pirates of Penzance to the gripping drama of Pagliacci.
Celestial escapades of La Callisto and intriguing mystery of Elizabeth Cree. Experience the magic firsthand.
The Glimmerglass Festival, a highlight of your summer experiences in the Cooperstown region. Hiking, kayaking, picnicking, and world-class opera and musical theater. Just a short drive from anywhere in the Mohawk Valley.
Visit glimmerglass.org to purchase tickets and to learn more about this year's festival. Then join us and see for yourself why there's no place quite like Glimmerglass.
This station is brought to you by Tallman's Tire, located in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
The Memorial Day deals are at Mattress Express. Take up to 60 months to pay with no money down for anything in the store for qualified buyers. Then save up to $800 on Stern sets, $800 on Purple sets, $500 on Sealy, and $500 on Tempur-Pedic. Only at Mattress Express.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top-quality tires at unbeatable prices. At Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, we believe that safety and savings go hand in hand. That's why we offer the best prices up front on top brands, including Summit, Nokian, Bridgestone, and more. With Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, you'll drive away with peace of mind and money in your pocket. Locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
We all like convenience, right? ATMs, takeout food, drive-through pharmacies. Now, Bremer's is making it just as convenient to enjoy your favorite wines and spirits with Bremer's to go. It's simple. Place your order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 on your first order with our mobile app. Order before 5 p.m. for pickup the same day. Hey, you could even call us when you get to the store and we'll bring your order right out and load it in the car for you. Now that's convenience. Maybe you're planning a party. Maybe you want to stock up on your favorite wines. Or you just want to save time when you're out and about. Whatever the reason, at Bremer's, we're all about incredible customer service. So when you're on the go, we are too. Order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 with our mobile app. Order before 5 p.m. for pickup the same day. It's Bremer's to go, available 7 days a week from Bremer's Wine and Liquor on Commercial Drive in New Hartford.
Rodney Atkins, June 20th, 7:30 p.m. at the Stanley Theater. Get your tickets now at the Stanley Theater box office or online at thestanley.org.
Hey, I want to tell you about Sold in Upstate New York. This is a new TV show that focuses on real estate in our area. Homes that have sold, homes that are on the market right now, and then usually a featured home that's for sale that is just unbelievable. This weekend, you'll see it on WPNY tomorrow, 2 p.m. And if, by the way, you DVR the Fox show, it's on the guide now. If you DVR it, you'll automatically record it. That's the easy way. Because Sundays, Sold in Upstate New York, is on at 8 a.m. and 11 p.m. on Fox TV, Fox 33. And it's hosted by Bill and Robin Monjo of River Hills Properties. Check it out. Wait till you see the unbelievable home that is for sale. Have you seen this one?
I have.
On Hinckley?
It is awesome.
Oh, my God. It's something. And that'll be featured inside and out on this weekend's show. It'll also be up on YouTube later today. It's called Sold in Upstate New York from River Hills Properties. If you're looking to buy or sell, certainly if you're looking to sell, you want to know how much your home is worth. Believe me, that is a changing model. You may find out the value of your home today, and by fall, it may be completely different, and it's going up, by the way. If you're looking to list your home, you're listing with a partner. Your listing agent becomes a partner in assisting you in selling the home. That relieves the stress tremendously. Everything from the book that tells you everything there is to know about the home, every warranty, every improvement, when the roof went on, how long that warranty is good, what the warranty is. It's all there in the book. And then your listing agent is there every time the house is shown. It's River Hills Properties. Offices in Barneville, Little Falls, Rome, and Utica. Online, riverhillspropertiesllc.com. Call 315-896-1009. Nobody sells homes like River Hills Properties.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Hey, William.
coming. I'm
Hey,
here.
William.
I'm coming. I'll be right there. Yes.
Hey, William.
Good morning. Good morning.
We're here.
I swear to God, this guy is sitting there all day long calling people that don't want to talk to him. And he's just
What's
finally.
the pitch? Have you ever answered and listened?
No.
Oh,
no.
Boy.
He's sometimes we noticed you have a website and we'd like to fix your website.
Oh, yeah.
Or we're calling because you owe money to the IRS. If you pay me right now, I'll cut it in half for you. Okay, all right.
Sure, let me get my credit card.
By the way, I want to be paid in Bitcoin.
Meet me down in the corner with a suitcase full of bills.
I'll meet you at Carmella's. Sorry. On the line right now is Scott in Kirkville. Good morning, Scott. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. And by the way, I'm finding out you guys are big in Clayton, Village of Clayton. Talking to some people can hear you clearly in Clayton, New York.
Clayton, New York. Where is that, by the way?
Up in the St. Lawrence Seaway.
Okay, yeah. Well, yes. We there is this weird thing about the WIBX signal on AM.
Yeah.
That goes way into the North Country, like
and east pretty far, right?
And almost out to Schenectady. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That got Jane the barber and her husband Pete's got family out there. Every time they're out there, they're driving up there. They can hear you clearly.
Yeah, that's cool.
So hello, Clayton.
Hello, Clayton, New York.
Shout out to Clayton.
Okay. Listen, I just want to tell you right now, all we care about is I have listeners right now that want you to give them the winning box. Is it a box is what it's called? You pick 3 horses?
Yeah.
What happens when you...
That's in any order, right?
Let's explain. What happens when you box? Go ahead.
Well, you talk about an exacta box?
I have no idea.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. What's the
this?
difference? I mean, what's the box where you can just pick random 3, and then if they come in any order, then they'll be good to go?
Well, if that could be a trifecta box. Would you can take it for each dollar. If you bet 3 horses and just took 3 horses, it'll cost you $6. 50. You can also do 50 cents trifectas, which are fun economically. You can do that for $3, so you can add more horses to your boxes and stuff. An exacta box is first and second, and you have to bet at least $1. So if you did like 2-3 exacta box, it come in 2-3 either way. It'll cost you $2.
What is I want to win millions. What's the one where you win millions?
Well,
you got to spend a little bit.
I think that's on Mondays. The $1 and the Dream and the Super.
Okay, all right.
Super Lottery there. It's hard. The millions just went by you in the Derby because there's so much money, so much horses. I mean, let's put it this way: the exacta, which I think you said Wayne had it or somebody had it. That 2-3 exacta paid $250.
Wow.
If those 2 horses come in the same way, probably in the Belmont, you're probably lucky to get $20. So economically, I can tell you to put $200 on it and you're going to make money, or economically try to get you per capita. Now, I tell you I think it's a pretty good bet is like we went on the Kentucky Oaks Kentucky Derby double, where they have in fact the best horse. If you're actually in a horse race, and you can watch it on Fox 2, by the way, the best horse probably running this weekend is called Torpedo Anna. In fact, the trainer for Mystic Dan is the same trainer for this horse, and he was seriously thinking about running her in the Belmont to Philly. And he basically come out and says, thank God it's not running in the Belmont because the boys would be maybe disappointed. You can bet we call it Acorn Belmont Double, but you have to bet it today. She is the 9 horse, and that horse I think is going to win for fun, especially if it's raining. That loves the mud, and you can put it with I think 5 horses in the Belmont, and you can cash in, and you can do that. So that's an economically way of actually winning off the bat.
Yeah.
As far as the Belmont goes, Sonny Leone. I don't know if you remember the stretch driver. Him and the Japanese horse Forever Young were kind of like having their own personal battle down the stretch. They found a bit which goes in the horse's mouth to control the horse because the horse likes to lug in. Sort of like Andrew on stage at karaoke.
That's right. You got to rein me in. Rein me
I
in.
got to rein you in.
It ain't easy. Yeah.
No, it isn't. The horse just likes to go to the left, and it takes forever to try to get the horse. But this bit allows them to pull the head back more, and they think they straighten the horse out. And the horse is going to be the favorite. That's number 9. This is a hodgepodge.
Yeah.
For a Belmont championship, a little disappointed in the quality. You got a horse in there that hasn't won a race.
Mm-hmm.
Protective. It's a maiden. You got the horse that no one knows about, the 10 horse. It's only raced twice.
Right.
Very talented, but you don't usually see Belmont horses that haven't gone through stakes races. And
what about the ones who've already won? They won either at Kentucky Derby or whatever.
Well, the Preakness horse that surprised everybody, Shades Size Sees the Gray, has got a perfect spot for the style of running. It's the one horse, and Saratoga is known for speed. They've got these sharp turns, and I predict that horse is probably going to have the lead in the first quarter mile. I think if you can put even Michigan State Kathy on the horse, and the horse is still going to be leading.
It's still going to happen.
Horse.
Yeah.
And you better hope that Dornock, the 6th horse, runs with this horse, because what happened in the Preakness, no one ran with the horse. You saw what happened.
Yeah.
Mystic Dan's got a perfect spot too. Nobody's going to play where they're going to start. It's Mystic Dan wants to be near the rail. If you remember the race in the Derby, basically came up the rail. It's going to break out of the 3-hole. And Sione Leone, you want him on the outside. Horse going to drop back. That's my horse that would key if you're going to do trifectas.
Right.
You can put them in combinations. I'm taking that how I'm playing it. I'm going to play the horse across the board, put more money on the second. And that's one thing about horse racing. You don't have to win the race to actually make money.
Right.
It's just how much money you bet. So I'm going to bet my least amount to win. I'm going to put more like I did in the Preakness on Mystic Dan, more for place and show. And I'm going to play them in trifectas with 6 other horses. And if the horse finishes first, second, and third with this combination of horses, I'm going to trifecta. So as long as Sione Leone finishes first, second, and third, and it comes in with either the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, or the 8 and 10 horse, I won't be able to lose.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the safest way. But I think if you bet Sione Leone across the board, the horse is going to be sitting back and going to see what the size up that's just going to come at the end. And I think that's the horse to play.
I'm it's kind of like if I don't understand something, I'll never understand it. This horse racing
is a situation. I've kind of just.
Yeah.
But Wayne,
I'm bringing you with me, and you bet for me.
For those who understand, here's Scott and Kirkville.
Yeah.
Wayne is saying here, I had both races so far, $10, 2 races, $300+. He says he likes the 10 horse and the 1.
Okay.
The 10 horse. That's the one no one knows about. It's a horse. If the horse started earlier, the horse reminds me of Justify. If you remember, Justify broke all reasons. Like the horse didn't run as a 2-year-old. Only had 2 races underneath his belt and wins the Kentucky Derby. Goes out, wins a Triple Crown. This horse here runs a maiden and an allowance race, and you're jumping right to the Belmont.
Yeah.
And the thing about the 10 horse is that the trainer and the connections. I think it's only part owner, but Forness was going to be their favorite in the Derby and was the favorite. And this horse here has outworked that horse. And you notice that horse isn't running in the Belmont because I think they think this horse has a better shot. So
it could very well be a muddy mess tomorrow up there, but it's going to be. It's supposed to clear up. It's supposed to clear up later in the day, so it may very well be nice. And all I can tell you is money is being made with the stores and the the hotels and the restaurants and stuff. What a weekend for Saratoga! It's really something special. So, all right, Scott.
Well, if it rains like we said in Derby, Mystic Dan obviously moves up and
right.
Shades of Gray and plus Sione Leone. So those are the 1, 3, 9. But I think if you take the 9 horse and played around with it, and you're going to play your exactas, you can, in fact, for the whole field, you can play $1 exact and put 9 with the other 9 horses, then it's only going to cost you $18. So
okay.
As long as a 9 finish first or second, but I think that's on the own's going to. That's where I'm going to go across the board, plus women tries.
Well, I hope you win a lot of money. Good luck. All right. Where are you going to be for this? Are you?
I'm going to be at Vernon for the weekend. You guys are more welcome to stop up. By the way, in God's country, never thought I saw, but right at the corner where you turn for the racetrack, there's actually a cannabis smoke shop in God's country. And he's smart because he actually sells pizza too, so you get the munchies before you leave. It's it's all one-stop shopping. But never I thought it changed the thing where horses, the horses grazing on grass. It's
interesting stuff on grass. Yeah. Okay.
Grazing on the grass isn't gas.
Good stuff there, Scott. Thank you, man.
Good guys.
You have a good weekend. Good luck. Win a lot of money. Did you see the sheriff's face when he mentioned that there's a lot of that stuff popping up where they're selling?
You can smell it everywhere.
And they're acting as if they are a legitimate. They're acting as if they're legitimate.
Exactly.
But they're not licensed.
There's pop-ups everywhere. So
yeah. Stand by. We're coming right back with you. This story that comes up next is a really positive story. And it was a step that they made, that the sheriff made and the sheriff's department has made, to honor a fallen officer in Syracuse. That
a Rome native as well.
Recently happened, and of course he is a Rome native. We'll talk about that coming up in a second. Stand by and wrap up this Friday morning at WIBX.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota compact tractors. The Kubota L Series is the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down 0% APR for up to 60 months plus. Save up to $2,300 on select equipment. Now through June 30th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer. Visit us at WhitesFarmSupply.com.
White's Farm Supply. Discover the hidden treasures at the Potting Shed Antiques Grand Estate Sale. Join us at 179 Main Street in Whitesboro on June 13th, 14th, and 15th. Explore 8,700 square feet packed with antique furniture, modern pieces, stunning artwork, massive train sets, slot machines, pinball machines, fine china, tools, and so much more. Don't miss out on these incredible finds. Visit the Potting Shed Antiques website for all the details. The Potting Shed Antiques Estate Sale, June 13th, 14th, and 15th. See you there.
Paid for by government.com. Have you heard? A recent stash of 1902 Morgan silver dollar coins has been found. These gorgeous 1902 silver dollar coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 300 of these Morgan silver dollars are available. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone interested in silver coins. Just call government at 1-800-973-3091, and you are guaranteed a mint condition 1902 Morgan silver dollar featuring the iconic old mint mark of the New Orleans Mint, but with limited quantity. You must call now. These 1902 silver coins are still in uncirculated condition. That is 122 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-973-3091. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $25 value free with every order. Call 1-800-973-3091 now to secure your 1902 Morgan silver dollars before they sell out. That's 1-800-973-3091.
28 years ago, Lori Potasowicz had a dream. With a natural love for pets, she wanted to become an expert groomer. So she set out to become the area's only nationally certified master groomer and launched her business, one paw at a time. With grooming expertise and a lot of loving care, Lori and her talented team began caring for pets one paw at a time. Cuts, shampoos, and styling, one paw at a time. Teeth and nails with no detail overlooked from head to toe, one paw at a time. Getting to know each and every dog and cat by name, the One Paw at a Time family grew, and Lori had a decision to make. Keep expanding? She followed her heart and decided to keep the One Paw family atmosphere just the way it is, so she can keep taking care of the pets she knows and loves, one paw at a time. Lori and her team want to thank the families they serve for putting their trust in them to care for their four-legged family members, one paw at a time. 320 Oriskany Boulevard in Whitesboro, near Woods Road. One Paw appreciates your understanding for their current waiting list for new customers.
Hey, it's going to be a bit on the cloudy and cooler side this weekend, but we're going right back to warm up next week. And, of course, they're predicting another hottest summer ever this summer in the Mohawk Valley. Collis, Fred F. Collis & Sons Heating, Cooling, and Insulation has you covered. If you're relying on box fans, clunky window units, it costs you more. It is not effective at all. It's not efficient. Fred F. Collis & Sons can assist. Their customers are the coolest. Right now, a limited time, you can actually save substantially on home comfort systems installed by Collis with Carrier's Cool Cash rebates. Currently, fantastic rebates available for products like AC, furnaces, air source heat pumps, programmable thermostats, and indoor air quality solutions like air purifiers as well. Listen, we rely on Collis. When something goes wrong with your furnace, which we had an old furnace and it did, they were there. When it was cold, when it's hot, your air conditioning goes down, they are there. Now, the deadline to take advantage of Carrier Cool Cash is the end of this month, June 28th. So call today, 315-768-2323, 315-768-2323, or go to fredfcollis.com. They can take great care of you like they took care of us. Fred F. Collis & Sons, Heating, Cooling, and Insulation.
Hey, William.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Got a couple here. Rick saying this morning, I'm getting the same thing. A ton of phone calls, and they're trying to get him to spend money on stuff. Trying to buy. It's a scam. It's at the minute they find out you're old enough to be a senior citizen, they prey on you. I'm not old enough to be a senior citizen, for the record, and they're preying on me though. All of this stuff. It's like I probably get 20 calls a day.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable, including that one. Hey, William.
Hey, William.
It really isn't a big deal until you realize how he really speaks. So you can clearly see he's losing his patience in a long day of calling, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
we do have some other comments here. I'll get to Lance and Lee's in a minute. It's actually quite positive. Believe it or not, Lance and Lee does do some positive comments every once in a while. We've got Me in Rome, M-E in Rome. I was at Cafe Du Monde 2 weeks ago. Still cheap, only $3.85 for 3 beignets.
Cafe Du Monde is in New Orleans. It is just a very wonderful place, and they wait in line for the beignets and the coffee. Even someone that is meat and potatoes like Sheriff Mashel would like the beignets. They are sweet and delicious.
You're going like it down the bean path or something. I didn't know what beignet. I'm thinking bean.
Beignets are like it's
pastry.
It is like a fried dough.
Ooh, I like fried dough.
And it is the sugar on it and powdered sugar, and there's just something, I don't know if it's in the water down there or what it is, but there's something special. So,
John from Bridgewater. Bill, I was caller 2, 7, and 10. How about a Keeler shirt? LOL.
Mm-hmm. We don't really have any of those left, but we do have retro shirts, throwbacks, and Lance.
And then here's a comment that's a good segue into talking to Sheriff Mashel. Let the sheriff know that he and Tony Piseni did a wonderful job yesterday with the K9 celebration. I am glad they didn't make a political photo shoot like these things sometimes turn into. Have a good weekend. I had many friends that I golf with that attended the ceremony, and they were all very pleased with the results. I also was in attendance, and it was a very somber, emotional, but also a very nice ceremony to honor a man who was taken far too soon.
Talk about that, Sheriff.
Sure.
No doubt.
Yeah, it was, like you said, a beautiful ceremony, great family. I've only known the Jensens a very short time, but I met them at the funeral first in person. But this, our K9 project that we announced this week, we actually did a significant upgrade to our K9 program. We added 3 new dogs. one of our current ones is retiring, so technically we added 2. So we now have 8 dogs at the Sheriff's Office Canine Unit. First one was named Mastro from Mastrovito Hyundai. Second one was named Indy from Indium Corporation. Those 2 companies were gracious enough to donate.
They donated, yeah.
Awesome local companies.
That's a significant cost. I mean, it's more. These dogs cost more than anyone can imagine.
A little under $10,000, right?
Yeah. It's not. I mean, when you first hear it,
they're from Europe.
I heard someone say. What is that, like $350 for a dog? No.
Try 10,000.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
It is.
The training alone that these dogs have gone
exactly.
under.
So the third dog, we used drug forfeiture money, which is kind of neat. No taxpayer dollars involved in the third one. And we didn't have a name for that one. So not long after Officer Jensen passed away, it was a Saturday night. My wife and I were headed to an event, passing through Rome. I pulled up to the Jensen's house, sat out in my truck for a minute, took a deep breath because I approached the house. They had a large gathering there. They welcomed me in with open arms as they always do. I said, we have this dog and we would be honored to name it in memory of your son. And would you guys choose a name for us? And they were very excited.
Wow, that's
very
awesome.
happy.
Yeah.
Mrs. Jensen got back to me the next day and said we had a lot of ideas, but the one that makes the most sense and the one that sounds the best is Jensen. And she asked me, she said my son was smart, energetic, enthusiastic, very handsome. And I said, you're describing the dog Jensen. And,
okay.
So yesterday we had the Jensen family, the immediate family, about a half hour ahead of the press conference. So they spent a half hour with Jensen in the back and they just fell in love.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Very, very cool. I think that
when someone makes the ultimate sacrifice, communities have to do everything they can to ensure that they never forget. Like us today. Today is our 13th anniversary of Deputy Kurt Wyman being shot and killed in the line of duty. We will be doing our annual remembrance ceremony as we do every year in front of the Deputy Kurt B. Wyman Law Enforcement Building, a building that the county executive and board of legislators named in Kurt's honor, after his death. So it's important. These are people who have made the ultimate sacrifice for their community, and we have to, we have to make sure that not only us but future generations never ever forget the sacrifice that they made.
Correct me if I'm wrong. When you join, you could make the ultimate sacrifice. Your family knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
The world we're living in right now is not the world a lot of these people were in when they signed up.
Sure.
This, I guess, the phrase "this is not what they signed up for" is true. It almost seems as if, I don't know, for a certain part of a certain community, a certain element that is out there, the police is the enemy. Police is considered the enemy, and
to some, yeah.
And they think there are people that don't understand that when you pull that trigger, you're taking a life, or they understand it and they don't care.
But like Chief Cecil, when he spoke yesterday, he said, it is refreshing and nice when you're out in the community. So many people come up and they'll say positive things about Officer Jensen, just like people have said so many positive things about Deputy Wyman. Mm-hmm. And the naming the dog was a just like I said, a perfect way to remember him. Shortly after Deputy Wyman was killed, the Lewis County Sheriff's Office got a new canine back then, and they named one of their new canines Wyman after Deputy Wyman.
Okay,
so it's something that law enforcement members, agencies, we can do for each other because we know I know what they're going through because I've been there 13 years ago today.
I would like to bring in the chief of Syracuse Police, Joe. It's Cecil. Chief, apologize for butchering the name, but good morning, and thanks so much for coming on.
Good morning, and no problem. It happens all the time.
All right. Yesterday was special.
It absolutely was. Listen, I want to thank the sheriff of Oneida County and the county exec, of course, that it was a very special thing. Just one more way to remember Officer Jensen. And years from now, this dog will still be out there doing the job as a partner of Oneida County Sheriff's Department. People will hear the name. Maybe they'll remember. Maybe they'll ask questions, and people will tell stories about Officer Jensen.
And that's a very good point, because as the years go on, people ultimately will not remember, but it does cause people to ask a question. Why is it named Jensen? So I think that's really what you want. You want people talking about this and remembering for years to come. Chief, it does seem that we're in a world where, for some, there is a target on the backs of police officers.
It's true. There's no doubt about it. I think the number I saw 62, maybe 61, 62 officers so far this year that have lost their lives in the line of duty.
Wow.
Wow.
And they're not all being shot. Some are car accidents, things like that, but still losing their lives. And you're absolutely right. But I think we're starting to pull out of that. If you ask me, I've been out for 40 years and we dipped low, but I think we're pulling out of it. But there are some folks out there, there's no accountability and they can do whatever they want, including injured officers.
You know, one of the things that we know, I'm a part of the Crime Stoppers organization here in Utica, Rome, and the Mohawk Valley, and that gives obviously people the opportunity to be able to call in anonymously because there is a fear of retribution. But what we find especially in inner cities, is people don't want to be a snitch. They don't want to talk. And out of fear in some cases, but out of I don't know, some romantic loyalty. I don't understand it, but I guess it's very similar to what life was like back in the 20s and 30s with the mafia. But the reality is things like this that occur, and it's horrible that there have to be sacrifices, but events like these, deaths to police officers, it's the one thing that is going to hit home in these communities where people are going to say, you know what, enough is enough. And I feel like, and maybe I'm being hopeful, I feel like that is beginning to happen.
I think you're right. Not only with officers involved, deaths, but just shootings that we have, homicides we have. I think we are beginning to turn the corner. We've started a program with our Chief Accountability Officer, Jawad Rashid, and he's going out to the communities that are mostly affected by these homicides and talking to them about being, not being, if you're not going to be a snitch, these individuals that are shooting up neighborhoods are only affecting you and your children and stopping you from going out in your front yard or going out gardening or going to the parks. So, you have to get away from that and realize these folks are not part of your community. They're the ones ruining your community.
Yeah.
Chief, I want to just ask, obviously that day in April must have been horrible for you, horrific as the leader of the department. But how has the department and your men and women in it responding, and how are they holding up?
I think they responded great. And, from the very beginning, we knew we had two things we needed to do. One was never forget the sacrifice of Officer Jensen. And the second one was and it sounds almost counter to the first one, was to move on, to continue to do the job that he was so proud of, continue to put the uniform on that he was so proud to put on every day, and go out there and do the job for his legacy. So I think we're getting back to work. I think we've done all the right moves in honoring him, and we'll continue to honor him. And a lot of the officers seem to be even closer today than they ever were before, especially that group that was with him on the night he struck down. They were there yesterday for the Jensen, the canine naming, and been together, helping each other through this. We keep telling everyone it's okay to grieve. It's part of the job, but you shouldn't be grieving alone. You should make sure to reach out to either your fellow partners or your family at home.
And what was nice was to hear the stories that you shared with me personally and to the group there yesterday about, even though it was unfortunately a short time that he spent with your department, the impact he had on the community.
Yeah, it's great. He again, it's hardly a day goes by where I'm not at Wegmans or Barnes and Nobles or some event up at Syracuse University where someone doesn't approach me. Not to talk to me about me, but to tell a story about Officer Jensen. And the common theme is always that he went beyond what was required of an officer. And just again, as I mentioned at the ceremony a few days ago at Wegmans, someone came up to talk about it was just a car accident, simple car accident, but some of the paperwork, this victim or this person in the motorist didn't have this paperwork they needed. They reached out, and Officer Jensen actually stopped by her house and made sure she had the proper paperwork. knew who she needed to call to get the insurance claim moving forward. And there's a story after story after story with that common theme of him following up on the calls that he was on just to make sure people had what they needed.
Well, it sounds like he was the type of police officer that reminds communities, reminds people that when you need help, you call the police.
They're there.
And we, we seem to, as a society, we seem to have forgotten that. Maybe we're coming back to remembering it. Chief, thank you so much for the time, and we appreciate you participating in the ceremony down here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thanks so
Chief.
much. Sheriff, do you feel there's a turn?
There is. I mean, and we've always had, the community has always supported law enforcement, but even something like yesterday, when you look on one of the many platforms that ceremony went out on, ours was live streamed. I'm just looking right now, 17.9 people, 1,000 people have viewed that since yesterday. I mean, that's incredible. So there is a lot of support for law enforcement. The important part is the community and law enforcement, we need to stick together. We need to continue to move forward. We have a job to do. We need the community to support us. We need the community to not let off on our elected officials, especially those downstate state elected officials, when getting these laws to where they need to be so that people know that there are consequences for their actions.
Yeah.
We need more mental health programs. We need more drug abuse programs, drug treatment programs. We need all that stuff, and we can't skip a beat. And as the chief said, we have to set time aside to grieve. We have to set time aside to remember these officers, like we're going to do this afternoon for Deputy Wyman. We also have a job to do, and like I said, we need the support of the community to get us through these difficult times. And I do feel the pendulum's coming back our way a little bit, but we can't give up. I mean, just because we may feel that, now's the time we need to press on the gas even a little bit harder, because it's coming our way. We need to bring it right back to where it needs to be.
Well, it's beginning to hit home with a lot of these downstate legislators.
Absolutely.
They're seeing their own neighborhoods are becoming unsafe.
See how they feel, if someone enters their home, an intruder enters their home, and and then we have to let them go because that's the way the system is set up.
Well,
and then afterwards they can come back when they're going through the court system and then get all your information.
Absolutely.
They can come back and tour the home as part of their defense. You've got to be kidding me.
Exactly.
I mean, what were we, and that's an unfair word because we weren't thinking this.
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
But those are all things people have to remember in November.
Yeah.
And the thing is too is just this week NYPD confirmed that it was somebody who came into the country illegally who was part of they allege was part of a robbery operation that was staying at one of these shelters in the city that almost took the lives of two officers.
And if you follow nationwide news, you're seeing that happening in major cities across the country.
Yeah.
So again, like I said, we need everyone to work together. And like I said, it's coming back our way, but we need to really amp it up now.
Well, have a special day today.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll be thinking about you.
Thank you as always.
Sheriff Rob Mashel. All right, I'll take a couple of quick calls before we get out of here. A quick break, and we'll come back and wrap it up and head into a very busy weekend. Remember, tomorrow at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds, the world's largest yard sale starts at 8 a.m. Oh, you want me to? Yeah, I'm gonna do a couple here, and then I'm gonna come back and wrap it up. Steve Ponte Mazda, their Move to Mazda sales event is back. Drive a new 2024 Mazda CX-30 Select Sport model for only $275 a month on a 36-month lease. Or you can save low APR financing, 0%, 1.9%, 2.9%, or 3.9% on select award-winning new 2024 Mazdas. See Steve Ponte Mazda for details. And as they say, let's make your deal on a new Mazda from the dealership that's achieved first place nationally in customer satisfaction. As Ricky Z always says, it's Steve Ponte Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville. I've completely changed my mind now looking at the clock. So
keep on going.
I will tell you that today or this weekend, my wife and I are going over to Sarah's Flooring Outlet, where she has a vision for tile. And she's going to pick out the tile that of course, will just stand there as she picks out the tile.
Yes, dear.
That
looks
we
good.
like.
100%.
Anyway, there's only one place to go, and that is the place that has the largest inventory, the largest selection available. It's in Sarah's Flooring Outlet. And they have the lowest price guarantee on Pergo Extreme by Mohawk. That is a quality product with a deeper warranty. It's dent-proof, waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof. It's a wonderful product, and at Inceras you're getting the lowest possible price. Largest inventory in Central New York. Get 6 months interest-free financing right now. Inceras Flooring Outlet, Route 49 Plaza, River Road, Marcy. Online, IncerasFlooringOutlet.com. Remember, tomorrow is the big world's largest yard sale.
It is indeed.
Herkimer County Fairgrounds. Easy to get there if you're from, Vernon or whatever. You just take Route 5, get on 5S in Utica, and boom, you go right to the fairgrounds.
Or throughway to the Herkimer exit.
You could do that too. I mean, however you want to get there. It's easy to get there.
Yeah.
The point is, the deals begin at 8 a.m. If it is a little bit inclement tomorrow, early, that actually, to me, benefits you. You get a better opportunity at a better deal. It's tomorrow morning, beginning at 8 a.m. at the Herkimer County Fairgrounds. Enjoy the weekend. We're back Monday morning.
You want to recycle, but you're not sure what's recyclable, what goes in your weekly recycling bin, or what goes in the trash. Wheelock Disposal Service, your recycling experts, wants to give you some helpful tips in determining what waste goes where. Some plastic containers can go in your weekly recycling bin, like milk, water, soda, detergent, and condiment bottles. Don't put plastic cups, plates, utensils, snack bags, straws, or plastic wrappers in your recycling bin. They are not acceptable. For more information, go to wheelockdisposal.com, your recycling experts.
Hi, this is Rob Hilton of Hilton Estate and Elder Law with important information for families that have disabled children to protect the child and to ensure your future wishes are met. So if you have a disabled child, you need to provide them with what's called a special needs trust. This trust allows them to receive an inheritance from you, but also allows them to keep any governmental benefits that they are receiving. It is critically important that if they have an inheritance coming, that they not lose their benefits. Unmarried couples should be aware of important steps they need to take with their estate planning. If a partner dies and does not leave a will, the surviving partner will not likely receive any of the assets from the deceased partner. This can create a lot of problems in the future and must be resolved utilizing a will or a trust. To find out more about strategies to protect your loved ones through proper estate planning, contact us at Hilton Estate and Elder Law. Call for more information and to schedule an in-person meeting to answer your questions.
Hilton, you know the name, they know the law. Hilton Estate and Elder Law.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top quality tires at unbeatable prices. At Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, we believe that safety and savings go hand in hand. That's why we offer the best prices up front on top brands including Summit, Nokia, Bridgestone, and more. With Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, you'll drive away with peace of mind and money in your pocket. Locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at Tallman's Tire.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome, W295EI, WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
An unexpected surge in hiring. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's in a report just out this morning.
Job growth was much stronger than expected in May. The number of new jobs created rose to 272,000. Economists were estimating fewer than 200,000. Though April job growth was revised lower, the unemployment rate rose to 4% in May.
Fox's Ginny Casola on Wall Street. Stock futures are falling at today's trading. Former President Trump railed against President Biden's handling of the economy and inflation campaigning in Phoenix.
So interest rates went from 2.5% with me up to close to 10%, and you can't get money anyway. But we have a very sick country.
New Fox polls after the former president's conviction in New York give him 5-point leads over President Biden in Arizona and Nevada, a 4-point edge in Florida. They're tied in Virginia. The presidents in France just met with Ukraine's leader, telling Volodymyr Zelensky,
I continue to say, the United States is standing with you.
President Biden also apologized for a delay in Congress approving more U.S. military aid to help Ukraine fend off Russia's invasion.
President Biden was speaking so softly in this sit-down with Volodymyr Zelensky in Paris that the press pool in the room thought he said that this new $225 million is going to be for a new Ukrainian electrical grid. White House officials had to step in and say, no, it's actually just for normal munitions that could be used to defend an electrical grid.
Fox's Peter Ducey in Normandy, France, where next hour the president will deliver a speech touting democracy and freedom as his son Hunter Biden sits in court for day 5 of his federal trial in Wilmington, Delaware. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson reports from outside the court.
We can expect 2 additional witnesses to be called this morning, a drug expert and an FBI chemist. And then the prosecution is expected to rest his case later this morning, and the defense will pick it up after lunch.
Hunter Biden is charged with illegally buying a gun in 2018 while an illegal drug user. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Martha Stewart. Every year, more than 4 million pets enter shelters here in the United States. My friends at American Humane have been helping animals since 1877. The goal is to ensure that pets have a safe shelter, especially during natural disasters. Adopting a shelter pet allows shelters to help more animals awaiting care. Please consider adopting today and take some time to learn more about American Humane's other work at americanhumane.org.
Hey, did you know that one of the largest U.S. flags in the state of Georgia stands proudly in Pure Talk's parking lot? Now, to honor that flag, Pure Talk is supporting America's Warrior Partnership. Now, they have a mission to prevent veteran suicide. Now, you can help this great cause simply by making the switch to Pure Talk before Flag Day. Get America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250. Say the keyword SAVE NOW for superior cell phone service, half the price of Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and you get to help a vet in need.
Ready to hit the road with confidence this summer? Look no further than Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your one-stop shop for top quality tires at unbeatable prices. At Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, we believe that safety and savings go hand in hand. That's why we offer the best prices up front on top brands including Summit, Nokia, Bridgestone, and more. With Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, you'll drive away with peace of mind and money in your pocket. Locations in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, and Herkimer, and online at tallmanstire.com.
Go with your gut. Your dog's immune system is based in the gut. A diet lacking in nutrients can cause itching, scratching, and a weak immune system. However, there is a solution. DINOVITE, Dinovite.
It took a grand total of 2 weeks. The dog stopped itching, the hair stopped falling out.
Try Dinovite for free. Just pay shipping and handling. Learn more at dinovite.com/radio.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dinovite.
This is Bill Cole from Gates Cole Insurance. Finding insurance coverage can be an overwhelming undertaking. As your local independent insurance company, we work hard for you to get the best coverage.
My name's Timothy Dean. I'm from Taberg, New York. We had a house fire. Got a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning. My house was fully involved. That morning at 6 o'clock, I called. Leslie was my agent, and within a matter of 20 minutes, the agent had called me, and within a matter of 2 hours, the agent was on scene, assisting me with whatever I needed, and Gates Cole went above and beyond. I would highly recommend Gates Cole Insurance to anyone for the customer service that they have provided for me during not only my fire, but also for all my business needs.
This is Tom Cole. For insurance for your home, auto, business, and just about everything else, trust your local independent insurance agency. Gates Cole Insurance. We'll take care of you.
The headlines remind us daily, the world is a dangerous place. The elites in charge say everything's fine, stop noticing. But you know better. And your gut knows that time is short to prepare for a world that is 4 missed meals away from chaos. My Patriot Supply has helped over 3 million families become more self-reliant and is the company Americans trust to prepare. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com and secure their best-selling 3-month emergency food kits. Each contain delicious breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, averaging over 2,000 calories per day. Secure at least 1 food kit for each family member. For a limited time, save $200, plus get free shipping on all their Ready Hour 3-month emergency food kits. You're not ready if it's not Ready Hour Foods. My Patriot Supply also has solar-powered generators, water filtration units, biomass stoves, heirloom seeds, and critical survival gear. Shop MyPatriotSupply.com today. MyPatriotSupply.com.
From the Fox News radio studios in Midtown Manhattan, giving you opinions and facts with a positive outlook. It's Brian Kilmeade.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the latest moments of the Brian Kilmeade Show. I'm so glad you were with us all week long. It's going to be an exciting hour. Kelly McEnany in studio. If you're smart enough to be watching us on Fox Nation or you got the app, you click on watch and you just scroll over until you see Fox News Radio. But there's so many video elements to this now. It feels like a TV show and a radio show. And Kaylee, believe it or not, is not sick of me. And we've talked on television already. Kaylee, is that true or false? You are not sick of me.
That is true. Not sick of you. You're one of my favorites. So
Really?
no. Yes, you are.
All right, fantastic. Can we, hey, Eric, can we cut that now for a promo, if that's possible? Let's get to the big three.
Now, with the stories you need to know, it's Brian's Big Three.
Number 3.
Hallie Biden described the moment she found and then discarded the gun, which is at the heart of this case. On Thursday, she told the jury she discovered a revolver and ammunition along with drug residue and drug paraphernalia while searching her brother-in-law Hunter Biden's car on October 23rd, 2018.
Hunter's hijinks on full display as it becomes clear that the laptop was always real and Hunter's crack-loving, hedonistic, irresponsible behavior, including getting his brother's widow addicted to crack. What a treat this guy is. Prosecution should rest today. How's that case going? We'll ask Kaylee.
Number 2.
But to enforce the Biden strategy, that is why they never have given Ukraine the advanced weapon system they want, because they feared Russian escalation. And also, when they did get the advanced weapon system, restricted the use of them.
Yep, there is problems with this relationship. U.S. relations with Ukraine beginning to fray as the White House can't seem to get them the weapons we have sent over and can't train pilots a year later.
Number 1.
It is not the only poll that has showed Virginia within the margin of error, but it is the most recent and reputable one that we have. That's an astonishing number to see. And that a state like Virginia, if that gets into the real toss-up category, your math to 270 becomes a lot more complicated.
You would say that, and you know how hard it is for a CNN expert to say that on CNN? That's the case. 2024 polls are in, and it's good for the former president of the United States, just 2 weeks from the first debate, as the current president does something new, sits down for an interview. We look at all sides of 2024. So let's go to that, Kaylee. First off, a battleground state. Do you believe that Virginia's in play? Do you believe New Hampshire's in play?
I do. I've believed Virginia's in play for a long time. If you followed polling over the last 4 months, there's a Roanoke poll showing it tied. The 2 credible scientific polls before that show Biden with a single-digit lead. So our Fox poll's not this like outlier. This has been the case. The one caveat I would add is ground game, is mail-in voting, something I would add as a caveat across the nation, because these are poll numbers, but you have to operationalize them into votes. But the energy behind Trump right now, it's like nothing I've ever seen. You pull Virginia off the map, that's big. Biden is on defense. It's not just win the Rust Belt, it's we're taking blue territory.
So different. Obviously, the pandemic hung over the last campaign, but you really think the momentum now is better than 2016, better than 2020, and you were on CNN in 2016, right?
Yes.
And better and now in 2024.
Without a doubt, because people have had a taste of success during the Trump presidency, and now they remember that success and want a whole glass of that success. So I think the energy is huge. If I had to call the race right now, today, just a gut feeling, I would say Trump wins. But at the end of the day, it's a contest between energy and that ground game. And today, I think the energy outweighs the ground game.
And there's 2 things, the debate, and then there's the sentencing on July 11th. If he does well in the debate and the sentencing is probation, they'll have a lot of momentum going to the RNC. But both things could go bad because the expectations are so low for Biden. And this judge has not done anything for the Trump team.
No, nothing for the Trump team. And that's why I've heard legal commentators who, know the judge, have observed, say, look, there's a chance this guy gives jail time. He, of course, not merited, but the judge has shown that he is on the side of the prosecution every step of the way. The one thing I would say, though, is it's been kind of a jump ball as to how this verdict would play out in public opinion. The early polling we have with Fox, with Quinnipiac, is that it's going in Trump's favor. If that's the case, and then on top of all of this, if people are recognizing the injustice, then you see something like Hunter possibly acquitted or a hung jury and Trump possibly sentenced to jail time or even probation. That's just going to weigh on that angst people are already feeling. And I believe it could actually help the former president politically, of course, not in his personal life.
Right, because you don't want Hunter to be a sympathetic person who's convicted on clearly was a gun violation. I mean, this is the biggest layup ever. You just keep wondering why they didn't cut a deal ahead of time. And you're saying, but with a friendly jury who feels as though his past is the past, that would even boost Trump more.
It would. And what's, I believe in courts of law in this country and in juries and in verdicts. But when it comes to someone like Hunter Biden or Donald Trump, they have perhaps like the highest name ID of anyone ever. And it's almost impossible for people to separate their political opinions. And just in the jurors that were brought in as prospective jurors, it was amazing to me how many said, I know Jill Biden. I worked with, Hunter Biden's friend. I'm doing, scenarios here, but they were familial ties that were brought up over and over again. Many of those jurors dismissed, but it just goes to show how close the Biden family ties are to Delaware.
So we know the current president sat down with David Muir of ABC. They talked about the former president's conviction, immigration, and the debate that's coming up. Cut one.
We are 3 weeks from this debate. What do you think you need to accomplish on that debate stage?
Say what I think. Let him say what he thinks. The things he said are off the wall. I want to be a dictator on day one. I want to move in a direction where he talks about, suspending the Constitution. All I have to do is hear what he says, remind people what he says and what I believe, what he believes. He's about him. I'm about the country.
Are you ready for this debate?
Yes.
Your thoughts, and now if I'm Trump and I'm watching this, what am I thinking when it comes to prep?
I'm wanting to think this guy's not ready for the debate. I mean, you watch that clip and you're like, he's not ready. However, I remind myself of State of the Union. I don't know what changed that night. I don't know if it was a Red Bull. I don't know. But we saw a different Joe Biden, one who has the capability of, when the moment's there, exceeding expectations. So I kind of fight my inner urge to say, he's not ready, I've got this, and try to lower expectations. If I were the Trump team, that is what I would be doing, saying, no, he's going to be more difficult than what people realize. I'd have every person on my team out there saying that.
I would do that too. But looking at the substance of it, let's just say that he's 70 or 60 years old and can do it. When he says he's going to suspend the Constitution, there was a controversy where the president said, didn't say I want to suspend the Constitution, but indicated it was definitely misinterpreted that. He's got to go back, look at exactly what he said. That's where he's going to go for. The other thing he said about he's going to be a dictator on day one, John Hannity asked him, they think you're going to be a dictator. He goes, yeah, day one, because I'm going to fix the wall. I'm going to undo everything they did on the wall. I'm going to focus on the border, close the border, and then I'm going to go back. So now they're saying dictator on day one. So he has to go back and clarify that.
He does.
Those independents, people that aren't zoned in like we are, understand it.
He does. And I think what he can say is, look, I spent 4 years in the White House. This is not a theoretical exercise we're dealing with. During my 4 years, when crowds chanted, lock her up, I didn't lock her up. I had an independent DOJ. I had Bill Barr. I had Jeff Sessions. They appointed a special counsel. I respected norms for 4 years. You've seen what I can do. Bring me back. I can do it again. And then go on offense and challenge the way Biden hasn't respected norms. Look, I know Biden says he's totally independent of these prosecutions, but there is a New York Times article saying he wanted Merrick Garland to stop acting like a ponderous judge and to go take action on January 6th. So we know what Biden has said privately.
You want Trump to say that?
Yes, I want him to say that and say, I don't know what you've done or not done. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that the DOJ has been independent, but I do know what you think, as laid out in the pages of the New York Times. You can challenge him. You can go on offense. Colangelo, bring up Colangelo.
I would say this, and also, what was Alvin Bragg doing at the White House? Why was Nathan Wade meeting twice with White House counsel over in Athens, Georgia? Why, what do you mean they have nothing? If they have nothing to do with it, you should be furious. Why are your people meeting on the side? What would else anyone think? So he talked about the trial, and this is what he said. Cut to.
Stop undermining the rule of law. Stop undermining the institutions. That's what this whole effort is. All the MAGA Republicans are coming out saying this was a fix. This was a jury that this was a judge that set up to get Trump. There's no evidence of any of that. None. He's trying to undermine it. Look, he got a fair trial. The jury spoke like they speak in all cases, and it should be respected.
If I'm saying that, Kaylee, what would you say if he says that, respect the trial? There you go. Mr. Trump, what's your answer to that? Mr. President, what's your answer to that?
That this was a case, according to the New York Times, according to Ellie Honig, who worked with Alvin Bragg, so not a friend of mine, this was a case that has never been brought before, unprecedented.